You're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
Welcome, everybody, to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Friday.
Welcome, everybody.
I don't know where Coco is, but I am sure she'll pop in any second.
Yeah, she was literally just in the group chat, and now she's disappeared. I'm assuming that she is being pleasured by an elderly man at the moment. But
Or Jehovah's Witnesses are at her door.
well, yeah, or some Jehovah's Witnesses that she randomly let in her house after 10 p.m. But I'm sure she'll be here at some point. And last week I wasn't here, so it feels nice to be back because it was a weird vibe. I mean, I was stranded in Texas.
Uh-huh.
And Texas is nice. It's nice. It's a nice state. I go there often, but it was weird. I was sitting on the tarmac, and I was listening. I got to listen to like the first, I don't know, 20 minutes of last week's show, and I caught myself more than once trying to chime in, but I wasn't there. I was just listening because I knew we were about to take off. There was no point of me joining in on the plane and trying to try to participate. It was just a weird vibe. It was weird.
It was awkward, but hopefully the show was still half decent.
I thought it was great, actually. I thought it was great. So
Yeah.
I had a lot that I wanted to add, but that's just how it goes.
I'm kind of annoyed that Coco's not here because we still technically have not had us three all together in a while.
Well, right. Actually, since I went to Vegas, it was before I went to Vegas and before I met Coco in real life and Mr. Vegas, that was the last time we were all together. Because when I was gone, Captain and Coco were here. And now it seems like since I've returned, we can't seem to get the gang back together, which I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know, but we have a long laundry list of topics. So I'm sure she'll come soon.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going on this week, and it's kind of difficult to skimp around, because we don't want to have everybody here all night, but we really need to get into these topics. And I was really happy to see that once again something that we discussed on the show has irritated Jasmine. So I can't wait till we get to that because it's nothing that I love better than to irritate people that I know don't like us. So when we get to that topic, I'm gonna take extra joy in that because she blocked me. So I just love to get underneath people's skin.
Oh, by the way, I think Miss Leo McGarry's here.
Oh, Miss Leo McGarry has joined the chat. Hello. Where were you? I was assuming that you had made a quick stop at a nursing home.
You know what? It's so funny. I got so triggered by that post, Shabooty, when you posted about some dumb, ugly, butterface slut who is doing it for money when I do it for free. Okay?
Well,
that is uncalled for, and I'm way hotter than that bitch. So
she was trying to become the next big viral skank.
she's trying to be the next Coco Vegas. I'm assuming.
Well, maybe she's a fan of the show and she got the idea from you, possibly.
Yeah, well, bitch, you better watch out. But it's okay because the men she fucks are actually rather ugly looking, and the ones I do aren't. Well, let's just say I'm Humphrey Bogart, and she's like some no list actor or whatever. And by the way, I don't think that man that she was pictured with was actually old. Honestly, I think it was like makeup.
Yeah, I think somebody told me that it might have been a male star or something, like a real porn star.
Well, the reason I noticed him is because there is a porno called Not Your Grandpa, and you can find it on Pornhub.
Is there?
Xvid. Yes, there is. I actually am quite a fan. Anyways, I digress.
So
So it's like basically like 50-year-olds pretending they're like 80 with a walker and
so kind of like what happened on Golden Girls. The chick that was the really old lady was actually much younger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except they use props in Not Your Grandpa, like canes, wheelchairs, oxygen tanks. The things that get me off.
I guess the funny part is it's a prop, but for some people that's the only way they can get around.
I mean, listen.
Do you like being spanked with like the plastic oxygen line?
What?
Or even better, during intimacy, do you take his oxygen cords and choke him out with it? You know, some people like to be choked out.
You psychopath. I'm not going to kill him.
I just don't know how freaky y'all get. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean, no. A walker's nice. I really enjoy a nice fuck behind the walker.
Do you like the
I don't
wheelchair?
know.
Do you like the wheelchair to have like a nice padding on it, or are you just like bare bones?
I have no comment.
So, has he ever fallen and couldn't get back up during sex, and you had to like carry him to the ER? Is that something that ever happened?
Not the ER.
Not well. Where'd you carry him to? The morgue?
No. I carried him back to the bed.
Oh, okay. So he was okay to go another round. So, wait.
Well, Coco has
well, it's funny because when Shabooty posted that, I just want to say real quick, when Shabooty posted that, there were some people that were like, "You're disgusting. Like, how could you? That's sexually abusing the elderly." I'm like, whoa. First of all, they don't. As long as they don't have dementia, I don't see a problem.
Well, yeah, if they know what's going on.
Well, yeah, but
then
like
it's
to say that like 70-year-old men aren't like active or not in bed is just ridiculous.
Didn't we already talk about like Robert De Niro just having a kid or something? Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah,
and he's
like
like
a long time ago. Yeah, but
yeah, he's like almost 80 or 80, right? So
he's 81.
Oh, so yeah, he knows what's going on, right?
Yeah,
he knows what's going on. So just because a guy is like 80 something doesn't mean that he's being
Listen,
like.
I personally find, you know, as my saying goes, the older the wetter. But really, I find more men like of a certain age to be way more passionate than someone my own age.
Speaking of men, Coco, I just wanted to let you know that Mr. Vegas is such a cool guy, and I feel like we're long lost friends. I don't know.
I know. He actually was talking about you the other day. He's like, George is so fucking nice.
Oh,
he's like, I really enjoyed his company.
I was wondering if he liked me or not, because I was
like, oh my god, he thought you were hilarious. He thought you were super interesting.
So cool, because I also feel the same way. And you know, guys don't know how to express those feelings. So I was like, I'll just have to ask Coco if he likes me or if he thinks I'm an idiot, right? Because I don't know how to ask that.
He totally liked you. He was like, he goes, oh, we should do that again.
We should.
Real quick before I forget, I learned a new thing as far as Social Security goes. Apparently, I didn't know, like, when you take someone to the funeral home, they have to contact Social Security and let them know that they died. But I'm sure Coco has Social Security on speed dial.
It's funny. I used to live next to the building of the Social Security building in Burbank. So yeah.
Is that like living next to a brothel for you?
Oh my god, I just God damn.
All the people going in and out of there to collect their benefits, does that turn you on?
Oh, I mean, listen.
I mean, it's the equivalent
of Catholic.
Or is it the equivalent of like living next door to a strip club, right?
Yeah.
So I heard both of you all's recaps of like meeting each other independently.
Yeah. I know, I'm so sorry I missed that. Yeah. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun. I got a little tipsy.
Yeah, I was drunk most of the time that I was there, but I had a great time. Coco is even funnier and prettier.
Shut up! Fuck off!
So just beware that she's a fucking bombshell. So when she talks down on herself. She's such a liar. She's such a fucking liar. Don't lie.
Stop it. I was like, George, I look so shitty. I look like a mess. Like, I'm so sorry.
She showed up like we were at the Met Gala, and she was like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm such a mess. And I was like, shut up. She actually dressed nice. She looked great. Mr. Vegas looked great. So I met her at, where were we at? It was
I was outside Circa.
Yeah, so I was at the back of Circa. She was at the front of Circa, and we're texting each other because we can't find each other in the place.
I was like, where the fuck are you?
There's two entrances. So I text Coco and I'm like, I'm at the entrance with all the shiny lights. And
I was like, you're in fucking Vegas.
Like, right.
And the gas station has shiny lights.
I look up, and I realize that there's flashy, shiny lights literally 360 degrees around me. And I was like, that's not very helpful. So I had to I ran to the front to find them, and I knew it was her right away, which is funny because I felt like I'd known her my whole life. So it was
I know, we got that. I mean, remember when I pointed you out that man in the wheelchair?
Yeah, we were walking through where were we? The Fremont Experience.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in a electric scooter. And we were in the casino part, and he
Yeah.
he drove by, and I was like, wait, Coco, does that turn you on? And then Mr. Vegas was like, mimic that he was gonna kick the scooter over, and that's when I knew that him and I were gonna get along really well. I knew
No,
right
he said
then.
he was gonna take the key out.
Yeah, I was like,
throw it.
I was like, if he flirts with her, take the key and toss it, because this man would never be able to get up and get it.
Yeah, but by the way, it's funny. It's funny that like, so I asked George, what'd you think of Coco, and I asked Coco, what'd you think of George, and then both of y'all were like, he's freaking hilarious, and she was like, even vice versa, like she's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
So y'all both like called each other funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I think I'm funnier in person because I have like facial expressions and things that I do that you can't pick up on, like just without a visual.
Right.
Like, and when I tell stories and stuff that I've been through, like, you need like a visual, right? Like, I feel like the visual is very
No,
important.
yeah, no, I think George has funny like eye rolls and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I have one of those faces that gives it away. So like when I meet someone and I dislike you, I'm gonna look at you like really mean and nasty, and I'm gonna roll my eyes because I don't have, like, and well, people are like, oh, you should tell your face you're having fun. My face and my mouth don't communicate, so you'll know how I feel based on the way that I look. Like Kim and I, whenever we're out doing anything together, or we meet people or we're talking to people, she'll look over it to see what my face is doing, to know what, how I feel. We don't have to talk. She's just like, I knew that you didn't like this person based on what your face was doing.
Yeah, you have that look. You have like that look of disgust on your face when you don't like somebody.
Yeah, it's that judgmental look. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have that smile where I'm like, I'm judging you, but
yeah, it's me. It's like my mouth is like, oh no, I totally understand, and then my face is like, you're an embarrassment, right? Like that's kind of how it is. And so I can't play poker because like I don't have a good poker face. You're probably gonna know what's going on with me because I don't know how to control my eyes.
True.
I get that.
All right, so we have tons of topics to
Oh
get
my
to.
God.
So
Yes.
we gotta talk about. Wait, did you want to go in order? Because there's a topic about Gino, and I feel like I don't know if you want to talk about that first or what direction. There's like a billion topics, right? So I don't know where we're gonna go.
Yeah, we can start with that if you want.
So yeah, there's a picture that Gino posted, right? And
Well, he didn't post it.
Who posted it?
So Linzee posted it, and then I reposted it.
So Linzee posted it. So I didn't know what was going on. I was like preoccupied, and I went on Instagram, and I noticed immediately that Linzee Ryder had followed me, and I was very confused as to why. And then I saw your post where she was in a photo with Gino, and they have reunited in some way, shape, or form.
And this was posted in the last like hour or two. So
this is
breaking.
fresh, piping hot. It might burn you. Don't sue us, sue McDonald's situation, because it just happened. So what's going on? Because Gino was also discussed being with, what's that chick's name? I forget who she is.
Fiance?
No. Gino was there was this woman, like her Instagram name has guitar in it. You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about, but that's all that's not.
So that's baloney, right? It was baloney.
Apparently they may have like met one time, and apparently I think like Gino was unimpressed by her, so that's all it was. They just met like once, and he was not feeling her.
Oh,
but she's more just like a super fan, but he wasn't feeling her. So then when he kind of rejected her, she turned into Team Jasmine.
Wait, she's Team Jasmine?
Yeah, she's like hardcore Team Jasmine now. Like, she bought like Jasmine one of her baby gifts and shit.
Shut up.
That person follows me on Instagram.
Yeah, no, she was following me, and then I know she unfollowed me, and then I know she bought. Then I saw she bought Jasmine a gift, and Jasmine reshared her story of buying her. Like when you get the gift receipt from Amazon.
Well, now
like
I'm
Jasmine
curious.
reshared it.
Now I'm curious if she still follows me, because she did.
Unfollowed me, and then I got annoyed and I just blocked her because I was like, "Fuck you."
Well, I'm literally checking right now to see if she followed me. Let's see.
But yeah, that was just like a fan that went nowhere.
Interesting. She's pretty, right? She's pretty.
Well, I think I don't think I think like in person Jasmine wasn't impressed. I don't know. I mean, not Jasmine. No, Gino wasn't impressed. Sorry.
Well, that's true. Sometimes you see people online and then you meet them in person, and it's not the same vibe. It's not the look.
But as far as the picture of tonight, let me pull it up. The one I just
let's pull it up.
My memory.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty cozy looking, right? Like it was cozy. I felt
Yeah,
like
because I didn't know that Gino and Lindsay were still kind of tight enough to hang out again. First of
well,
all,
no, the last time I spoke to her, she had some pretty nasty stuff to say about him. So I was a bit surprised when it kind of looked like she was on his lap or pretty close to
yeah.
it. So
So okay, so here I can pull back the curtain a little bit as far as what I know. I don't know every detail, but like so I assume the guy. Let's start with like Lindsay. I'm assuming that the guy that Lindsay's sitting on his lap. I'm assuming that's her man. And then so okay, here's what I know to pull back the curtain a little bit. Um, I think so. I think the redheaded chick is not a porn star, but she's friends with Lindsay. And then the redheaded chick used to work at a strip club with Matt.
what?
And then
Interesting.
also the fact that the redheaded chick is sitting on Gino's lap is apparently not going to go over very well with Gino's girlfriend. Whoever. So that's not Gino's girlfriend, but when Gino's girlfriend sees that another woman is sitting on his lap, she's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And
told.
can we discuss that Linzee Ryder's boyfriend doesn't look anything like what I thought he would?
I mean,
That caught me
true.
off guard too. Now he definitely looks like a sugar daddy, right?
Ooh, really?
Like even more than Gino does.
Well, let's ask Coco. Do you like Asian men?
Put me on the fucking spot, Shabooty. Jesus Christ.
Isn't that why you're here?
Are you?
Do I like Asian? I like what I like. If I'm into an old Asian, I'm into an old Asian.
So would you fuck like the Karate Kid's coach or what?
Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
can you see the picture, Coco?
No, I can. That's why I'm like, what
wait,
the fuck
Shabooty,
are you
did you
talking
post
about?
the photo?
It's on my
Text it for me and get my
No.
actual reaction live.
Tag it in the chat.
Oh, do you want to post it on Twitter or like in the thing?
No, put it on here so everyone listening.
Yeah, on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Okay, I forgot we had that feature. Hang on.
I need to know Coco's gut reaction.
I didn't know you had Alzheimer's.
Because this guy also
I'm trying to impress you.
I'm gonna say the redheaded chick on Gino's lap has like humongous boobs. So when you told me that she didn't work as an adult film actress, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, but she did work at the strip club.
Well, yeah, she did work at the strip club. I'm assuming as a stripper because nobody gets boobs that big to be a waitress, right? I mean, I don't know. Hooters was a pretty good career choice if you had some big boobs, but like her boobs are massive, like bigger than Jasmine's, right? Or am I just? Oh wait, it's not there yet, Coco. Wait, hold on.
I mean, I can see. Yeah, I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Do you like this guy?
Sorry, the redhead is like ugly. I'm sorry. Oh, that's mean to me. I should have said that. I mean, I can see it, but he's a bit too young for me. Yeah, I could definitely. Yeah.
You could get into that.
Maybe if he was like 30 years older.
30 years older.
Yeah.
He looks like
I like my guys born in 1949.
Well, he looks like he's at least 50 something because Asian.
No, he doesn't. He looks like 40.
Do. Asian people look young no matter what. It's true. Asian people always look young no matter what.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah.
And he does look older, so I'm assuming he's like 50 something.
Yeah, I can see it. He's definitely not bad looking at all.
He doesn't look like what I would expect Linzee Ryder to be dating though.
Who is the redhead though?
So that's Lindsay's friend.
Okay,
but she's not an adult film actress. I asked.
Yeah, clearly.
But she did work at the strip club.
I'm sorry.
She did work at the. She does work. She worked at the strip club, and then she worked with Matt
as a bartender.
No, she's got huge tits. What do you mean? She was definitely dancing. She was definitely dancing.
Of course, she has huge tits because her face is kind of like.
Gee,
gotta have something to compensate.
I forget her exact occupation. I just know she knew Matt and worked with him.
Well, I think this is petty. I think that Gino has this girl on his lap because of the connection to Matt. And, we don't know if Matt worked at the strip club. What are the odds that Matt was banging all the strippers? I'm assuming that's one of the perks of working at a strip club and you're a guy, right? You're probably banging.
Yeah, sure.
It depends. If you're the shitty valet guy that earns
whatever. I don't think you're going to be fucking the strippers.
Yeah. Unless you're the manager or owner, you're not fucking the stripper.
Oh. I didn't realize that the girls were like picky of who they banged. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's true though, because they dance for tips, so why wouldn't they bang for tips? I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know. And then so I'm still not exact. It seems like, and then Gino, when I posted on Instagram, Gino hopped in the comments too. But I'm not
Oh,
exactly.
can we hear the comments that
Oh,
like between Gino and I think Linzee also commented? Can we hear the comments?
let me see. But I'm still. I haven't like privately talked to Gino to see if he's really like if he really cares or not. If this picture's out there.
Well, this picture was not posted by you first, so if he is upset, it's not. It shouldn't be directed at you because you're reposting a photo that already existed.
Anyway. But I made the joke. Well, I basically said made the joke at the top of it. It says like Gino Venmo me $5 to delete this photo, and then Gino hopped in the comment section and said, "Oh my God, money's on the way. Check your Venmo."
Oh,
Jesus.
But
so it sounds like this photo wasn't necessarily something he wanted the whole world to see.
I feel like I don't think it's one. He has
Is
a
it
good
because
sense
he
of
looks
humor.
like he has a belly?
He does look a little pregnant. You're right in this
He
photo.
does.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
A
Oh
little
my
he's
bit.
trying
God,
to
what is
keep
up
up with
with me today? I'm
Jasmine.
so savage today.
Damn.
Jesus.
You are. You're meaner than
I'm
me.
sorry.
You're meaner than me tonight, and that's difficult to do.
Well,
Usually, I
someone
come
called me
in.
a bitch earlier, and I just assumed they thought I was from New York City. So, I mean,
Maybe he's like he's jealous of Jasmine, so he's like trying to do the belly.
Jealous? How would he be
I'm
jealous?
just
Oh,
kind of. Is that an Italian flag? No, it's a Mexican flag, right? In the background.
that looks. Now
Looks
that I'm,
Mexican. It's
yeah, now
Mexican.
that I'm looking at it,
Okay.
it is a Mexican flag. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Oh, and
they're probably at a
Linzee
Mexican restaurant.
commented, "I'll send you $20 to keep the photo up." I saw that comment too. Oh, this is interesting. And then Linzee Ryder tagged Gino and said 50. And then Gino replied to Linzee and like the oh my god crying emoji.
Yeah, I don't think Gino's upset
Yeah, I
because
don't think that he's upset at all. I think that this is all fun and games. Based on the way that
I mean, if he was really upset, he'd private message you.
exactly.
Yeah, he'd to message you and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to take that down." Like I think based on what he's been dragged through with Jasmine and how she's been like dragging him lately, I think that he's enjoying every moment of
Mm-hmm.
this, right? Like I feel like Gino has been waiting all this time to finally speak and say how he really feels because he's been sworn to secrecy because of all these shows and all this stuff that these NDAs and all these pressures that he has. I think now he's probably gonna actually tell us how he really feels. I mean, I heard a lot about the tell-all. There's a Reddit thread out there as well about the tell-all, and a lot of people really know what's going on. Remember, I told y'all that somebody threw a shoe at someone? Well, someone put it out on the Reddit, and I can tell you now. So Rob came out at the tell-all and he walks to Jasmine and he was like, "You're a fucking whore." And
Wait, I'm sorry. Who
Jasmine,
said
Wait,
that?
Rob the Knob?
Rob the Knob comes out and
Okay.
as he's walking out to his seat, he looks at her and he's like, "You're a fucking whore." And then she gets
Oh.
up and starts screaming and he was like, "Look what you did to your husband. You're still married. You're a whore." She then begins to take off her shoes and throw them at him. And
I mean, honestly, that's something I would do, but
and
go on.
that's only ice. That's like the tip of the iceberg. I was told this was the most aggressive and crazy tell-all that's ever been filmed. And that says a lot because we've had Angela on many different tell-alls, and they said that this one was the most aggressive where a security had to be utilized more than one time to keep people from fighting. And there's a pregnant woman on set. So I think with that being said, we are definitely going to get a lot of what we've been expecting from Gino and Jasmine. And apparently Rob and Josh are all team Gino. So, and I think we found out.
The bros.
Well, yeah, they're the 90 Day Bad Boys, and we saw that Josh did an interview with the Sarah Fraser show, and he discussed how much he hated Jasmine and how much he was Team Gino and how Jasmine shouldn't be celebrated. He did all that on the show. So
You know who else is like who else is not feeling Jasmine anymore? Is Shekinah also did an interview and said, "Yeah, but I'm not I forget what her exact words, but she basically dragged
I
Jasmine as
saw
well.
that. She was like, I'm sick of her.
Yeah.
And I thought, how ironic, Shekinah, because I'm sick of you. But I was
so
like,
weird.
Tell us how you really feel. Like, remember back in the day, all the cast members pretended to love each other no matter the situation. I kind of like how people are being real now, and they're just deciding who they actually want to like and who they actually want to dislike.
Yeah, it seems more authentic.
Yeah,
well, from the sounds of the Rob thing, I mean, I want to be friends with Rob now if he went hard at Jasmine.
Oh, that's not even all. Like, Rob has definitely called Jasmine any name that you can think of during the filming of this tell-all. He called her that. And his anger, a lot of people on the Reddit thread were like, his anger was directed at Jasmine, and so much that it wasn't about Sophie. They were like, you would think that Sophie didn't, make him look horrible on TV. And I need to say this, Shabooty, because it's going to come out, and you were the first person almost to talk about it. So Jasmine brought up at the tell-all that he was like something along the lines of, Jasmine said you were on OnlyFans selling pictures of your butthole. She said this at the tell-all, and Rob goes and says, you're selling pictures of your pussy. He was like, so what's different? Is it because I'm a guy? And that was actually a topic, so I needed to bring this up to you. So,
oh my
God! Here's my only worry.
I kind of like Rob now.
But do you think the editors are gonna cut out the part where Jasmine says you have pictures of your butthole or some shit?
No, I don't believe they are. I can't say how I know that, but I don't believe so. I believe that it made it into the final cut, and the person who wrote the Reddit thread was there. That's all that I can say. Not a cast member, but they were physically there at the filming, and the Reddit thread has been out for a couple of weeks. So yeah, that is going to be a discussion, and they're going to go back and forth with OnlyFans, and she is basically going to insinuate that Rob the Knob is interested in men. So, like I said, this is going to be probably the most aggressive tell-all that we've ever experienced, which is crazy because Angela, is the most aggressive person out there. But it's gonna, and the fact that Jasmine is pregnant, I think it's giving her like this sense of, I can say anything I want to people because there's no chance in hell anyone would ever come at me because I'm pregnant. And I think that's probably where her newfound confidence is coming from, because she knows there's no way in hell anyone is going to come after a pregnant woman.
Oh no, I can't wait. Yeah, no, it's a shame that Rob has me blocked, because otherwise, I'll be hashtag team Rob the Knob.
I think a lot of people between this season of The Last Resort and then this tell-all are gonna feel differently about Rob. I think a lot of people are, and Josh is coming around, right? Like, everybody's been hating on Josh. I think when they see that he's taking the side of what's right, and Gino, and not praising, Gino's wife or whatever, I think people are going to see Rob and Josh a little differently. I get in their own right, they've done things that people dislike, but it's very refreshing to see people take the side of right instead of wrong.
Yeah, and so, it's nice to see them taking the side of right instead of whoever's like the hot cast member or the popular cast member.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I used to say this all the time. I would ask the question, who's Taylor Swift's best friend? And then the answer is, I don't know, whoever has a #1 song right now. And that's kind of how the 90 Day Fiance fandom was. Whoever you stick up for is the hot person in the universe, right? In the fandom. No matter what they did, you stick up for that person. And that's kind of how Taylor Swift is. She's been besties with every girl that's ever had a #1 single was Taylor Swift's best friend at one point. And then when that single drops for #1, Taylor Swift doesn't call that person anymore. And I feel like it was the same thing with 90 Day.
No, I mean, that's the beauty when I get into like a beef with someone that I know they're like on minute 14 of 15 minutes. I'll even name names. I'll tell you who I'm thinking of when I say that. Remember when I got into like a fight with like Clayton or whatever, the guinea pig boy?
Oh, Clayton.
Oh God, I forgot about
Mom in the Closet Clayton. Yeah.
Yeah, like I got in a fight with him, but I was like, you know what? I literally have to wait like 1 week, and then he disappears from relevancy. So it's like that's kind of the beauty of 90 Day Fiance. It's like I can get to fight somebody, and then in a week, certain people they're going to disappear, and it won't even matter.
This is true. I mean, there are people that do their season and disappear. Oh, update on Clayton. He's doing stand-up comedy. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Let me.
Where? In the closet of his mother's?
But real quick though, just for the record, though, real quick, he's still a Shabooty hater because when one of those bloggers were attacking me like a week or two ago, he was in the comments like liking the post and like loving it. So he's still like a
Really?
Shabooty hater, yeah.
So he's
It's so
keeping this hate
weird.
going. This is like a year ago. Like what the
Mhm.
hell?
Yeah. So before you promote his stand up,
Well,
just know
no,
he's
I
still a
wasn't
Shabooty
promoting. I was just saying if you
hater.
guys want to go find a YouTube video and send it to us, because usually when people think they do stand up, they're not as funny as they think they are. So my thought was to tell people to go find it and let me know what we're really talking about here. Because he didn't seem very funny on the show, did he? I don't remember
No.
laughing at anything he said.
No, I think he's trying to take advantage of his 10 seconds left of fame. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely over. No one is really talking about him. I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember the girl he was on the show with. I can't remember her name. Like this whole time we've been talking about it, I can't even remember her name. So that gives you an idea of
Yeah.
how long it's been.
I can't either, and I'm not even trying to be funny. So let's just move on to
Seriously,
the
I
next
can't
subject.
remember. Like for real.
I don't either. I'm not even joking either. I don't remember either. So let's see. All right, well, should we go to the next topic? I don't know. Yeah, I think we killed it. We finished it.
Yeah, we finished
Oh, we
that
could just
topic.
while we're on Gino, real quick. I could just quickly read, so we have some kind of conformity or continuity or whatever the word is. I could read like Gino's sister posted a comment in support of Gino.
Oh, okay. That's good
Uh,
because we've
r-
been we've been watching the one chick supporting Jasmine. So let's hear the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, because there was Michelle that was in Team Jasmine, but here's Gino's sister Lisa. Real quick, she in the Facebook comments she posted, "Gino's my little brother, and I'm so proud of him lately. Jasmine has done nothing but put the Palazzo Lolo family name to shame. Love you, my brother." At
Okay.
Gino.
I'm glad that he has support because it was worrying me how many people were supporting this woman, right?
Mhm.
Like because
Yeah.
it's funny because if y'all remember way back when they were doing the show when she first got here and they had a big dinner right before the wedding and Jasmine, they didn't like her. They called her a gold digger. They basically all hated her, and Jasmine told them not to come to the wedding. Y'all remember that? So it's really
Mhm.
Yep.
interesting how that interaction turned into some of the family members following behind Jasmine, even after everything that they know now. So it's good to know that Gino has some people with common damn sense in their head in his family because it was worrying me to think that his family was as absent minded as they've been acting in this situation.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I think he has a good support system because those are the Italians stick together most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time, you're right. But there's one in his family. But again, she's an in-law. We have to
Yeah.
remember she's an in-law, and so it's hit or miss with
Hmm.
in-laws. They either love you or would pull you off of life support. So it's a hit and miss with in-laws anyway.
Hmm. True. All right, let's go to the let me look at the topics. So should we just go through the topics from the order that I posted it?
I mean,
Like,
we can. I don't think that we have like a huge topic tonight. They're
yeah.
all pretty
Well,
good.
I don't want to do it yet, but you know what the topic I'm most excited to do?
Uh,
It's So okay, there was two things that are going to be funny later in the show, but I don't want to do it yet until I finish my drink. But one of them is, so you remember when Gino had the bachelor party in Michigan?
yes.
So through Shabooty Intel, I know the name of the strip club. So now we have tons of like hilarious 1-star reviews for that strip club.
Oh,
So,
nice.
that's like what I'm looking forward to read.
Okay, I'm interested in that. The
There's
landing
that, and then
strip.
I know Jen, one of our super fans, Jenny. We'll talk to her at the end of the show, hopefully, and she has funny stories when she was dating weird dudes in Canada with like 1-inch penises and stuff.
What?
Yeah,
One.
you missed quite a fucking
Oh yeah, you
show,
missed
mate.
Friday. Oh yeah, George missed Friday, right?
Yep.
Oh, so George, at the end of the Friday show, we had Jenny come on, who's like Jenny from Toronto, and she had the crazy ass stories where she almost got kidnapped by an Uber driver, and she was with some dude with like a dick, with the dick hole was in the middle of the shaft.
What?
Like, some weird shit. Yeah, so you missed like her crazy sex stories, but we're gonna get another sex story from her later.
Okay, that
I'm
sounds.
excited.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. That's always fun.
Yeah. But yeah, we have tons of 90-day topics though before we get to all those. But so anyway, just going through the top of the list in no particular order, other than it's literally the order that I put it on the list is so yesterday yesterday was kind of like a slow news day as far as like shit to post on Instagram.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I posted a photo of like Stevie from the new season, and then I basically said like, this may be controversial, but is Stevie a PAWG, a PAWG? Now, do you know, George? Do you know what a PAWG is?
I do not.
Oh, does
Should I
anyone in the
Google? Should I Google it first, or
Yeah.
you should urban
Badass white girls.
you should Urban Dictionary it, yeah.
all
But
right?
yeah,
I'm
PAWG is
gonna.
fat ass white girl since Coco
But wait,
said.
are we talking like PHAT or
You know,
FAT?
PAWG.
Fat ass white girl in context. So wait, does
Yeah,
that just mean she has a big ass?
pretty much.
Oh yeah. She's definitely a pog then. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's complimentary overall. Um, and then but you know, obviously, like Maddie is not. He's not gonna I know his English is really good, but is he gonna understand like slang and like American culture and stuff?
Probably not. I think that him being like such an Iranian, right?
Hmm.
Like being so into his culture, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things going on over here that it's going to take him a while to learn. You know, like
Yes.
our the things that we do here are so unhinged compared to the culture he's from. Yeah, he probably won't know what that word even like me. I didn't know what it meant until I googled it. So he's probably going to be in that situation for a while.
Well, I'm trying to see if his comment is still there because he commented yesterday on my. Oh, yo, this is crazy! I have breaking news. This is crazy. Like, so the reason I even brought this up is because Maddie like clapped back at me, but then I'm trying to find the comment on Instagram and he deleted it. I think.
Hold on, let me
It's,
check.
no, because I wonder if I saved it or not. So the only reason I brought it up is I thought it was funny because he clapped back at me, and then he delete. I'm looking now. He like delete. I think he deleted the comment.
How do you spell his name? Maudi.
I don't. I wonder if he. Yo, you know what I should check while we're live? I
I
should check
think
if he.
he blocked you.
Yeah, he might have
That's
blocked me.
so. I'm gonna go on Stevie's
Oh, hold on,
page.
yo. This is like breaking. Sorry, y'all. This is like breaking shit. So we gotta figure this out. Maybe he blocked me
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
because his comment disappeared. So maybe he blocked. Okay, y'all. Okay, do you know what is Maddie's Instagram name?
MAHDII.CPT.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if he blocked
I'm
me.
on
Hold on.
his Instagram right now. I'm gonna send
Okay, no,
you.
he didn't block me from what I could tell, but he deleted his comment and he still follows me. So he only deleted the comment.
So what was? Did you screenshot it? Because I want
Oh,
to
let
know
me
what he
check.
said.
Let me check. I think I screenshotted it. Hold on, let me check. Give me 1 second, everyone. This is like a live show. Um, but he did get he did get annoyed.
Well, did he understand what was happening though? Like, because maybe he doesn't know the difference between FAT and PHAT because there's a big difference.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Give me a second to check my millions of screenshots. Um, let me see if I don't know if I can find it, but hold on. Sorry, y'all. I know this is like bad radio. If there's like dead air.
No, but this is good.
Yeah, hold on. I was gonna see. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I'm trying to see if I have. Because usually when you post on Instagram, it saves the image. So I'm not. So I'm trying to find it. I don't know. I don't know if I can find it, but either way, I think. Either way, yeah, he was annoyed, and then but now he deleted his comment because I think people probably clapped back at him and said it wasn't like meant to be a diss. It was like I was basically complimenting his woman. Oh, hold on, nah, shit. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, y'all, I can't find it. But I was complimenting his chick, and then he got all butthurt. But I think he deleted it when he realized that it was complimentary overall.
Well, he might have thought one of two things: you were insulting her, or
Hmm.
you were hitting on her.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I knew I knew it was gonna be like I knew I was like getting into the murky waters.
I'm leaning more towards he thought you were hitting on her because
Mhm.
those Muslim guys do not like it when you looking
Yeah.
at they girl. Like that is the one thing that they can't
Hmm.
stand. That's why they put them in burqas. Like you do not be looking. So I was like, he probably thought you were hitting on her, and he was
Do you think
clapping
he would
back.
you think he would rather me like talk shit about her or hit on her?
Probably talk shit. Yeah, probably talk shit. Like they really don't like when you're looking at their wives. Like it's like it's a whole thing, and that's kind of why there's so much stigma around like how they wear, how they make them dress, and how they can show their hair. That's like this whole thing.
So what's funny though is like, so I don't remember his exact words, but you know what's funny? So he posted a text comment, and then under his text comment, I do remember this part. He posted a GIF, and you know what the GIF was of? It was the GIF of Will Smith at the Oscars smacking Chris Rock, where it's like, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." So that was
so
the
he
GIF.
was threatening you.
So that was the GIF he posted under his comment.
That's a threat. He was basically saying that he would slap the lights out of you if you don't keep his wife's name out of your mouth. That was a threat. I would consider that a threat.
Yeah, which to me means, oh, you're married. So thanks for spilling the tea.
Oh well, yeah, they're definitely married. Yeah, that's a thing. But the fact that he's threatening you over a comment on Instagram is a little much, right?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And no offense to him or anything, but if you wanted her, you could probably have her. Right? No offense, but like, and she doesn't even got to go over to Cece to get it, right? Like, if you got to fight for her, she probably is going to give it up to somebody anyway. If you think somebody can slide into Instagram and take your wife from you, you have bigger issues in your marriage than just who's talking about her. Like, you need to figure out why she would walk away that quickly.
Yeah, so so that's what happened, and that turned out being more interesting than I expected. So yeah, he deleted his comment, but then he did have that GIF of the Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. So yeah, that was like a threat. So he was
Did he
butthurt over it.
delete the comment and the GIF, like both things?
Yeah, he deleted both. Yeah.
So he didn't want no smoke.
Yeah, I think he realized like, oh, it was probably No, I think like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't the heat of the Oh, you know what's funny though? Because like you have to admit, I mean, if I want to like. Because I'm pretty good at like taking a sledgehammer and clobbering somebody over the head if I want to.
Well,
so like
maybe he wasn't aware of who you are.
But like like I didn't respond for like a good like 30 or I didn't respond for the first like 30 minutes or an hour because I was like, okay, well I could clobber him over the head with a sledgehammer, figuratively speaking. Or I waited like an hour and I was like, okay, how do I respond to this? Should I use like a surgical knife or should I use a sledgehammer? And then I can't remember my exact words, but so there's this like Persian comedian named Maz Jobrani who's pretty like famous, like he's mainstream, and I'm friends with him, and so I can't remember exactly my exact words, but I basically said like I'm best friends with Maz Jobrani, so I think I've earned the right to be funny or something. That's basically what I said. Who's like the most famous Persian comedian, like Iranian American comedian. So I basically just like name dropped to say, hey, I can say what the fuck I want because the funniest Iranian American comedian is my friend. That was basically my clapback. But I obviously could have got nastier. That was just like my way of being nice.
Well, there's no reason to pull out the big guns at this point, right? Like, it's too early. You know, usually when people start with me, I start pretty light. If I react at all, sometimes it's more fun just to not react at all because it irritates them even more. But then if they say something that really got underneath my skin, I'll usually I'll say something back, but something like light, so it seems like I wasn't really bothered. But I was. I'm actually really pissed off. But I don't want to show people that right away. I don't need to bring out the weapons of mass destruction just yet. But just know they're in my arsenal, right? Like if you do want to start, I can declare war with you, but that's not step 1. That's like step 10.
True. All right, that's good. Let's go to the next topic, which is again, this is not in order of importance, it's just order of whatever. Hold on a second. Jenny from Toronto DM me. Let me read it real quick. And she's one of our Patreon subscribers, so I should give her priority.
Hey, Jenny.
She said, but would Maddie even know your Persian comedian friend? I bet stuff is censored there in Iran. I would bet like $100 that yes, he would know Maz Jobrani because he's so good at like English. So yes, he knows the most famous Iranian American comedian who as somebody I think he said he studied English for like 15 years, right? So yes, I would bet more than $100, but I would bet $1,000 that he knows Maz Jobrani, who's the most famous Iranian American comedian.
He probably does. And his English, I'm going to say Mahdi's English is better than some people that were born here. So I think so. I think he's invested a lot of time in English language and culture. So I'm going to say yeah, too.
Yeah, he knows. That's why I deleted his comments, because when I started name dropping, he's like, "Oh shit,
Well,
let me fall back."
that, and he might have realized afterward. He was like, I went and picked one of the biggest bloggers on the show to start a fight with.
Yeah, a guy that usually like shits on
Yeah.
people. So
So
he's actually like being complimentary to my wife.
well, yeah, like have you heard these stories where people run into a famous person in real life, but they didn't realize it was a famous person? Like he might have like what do you call it, prematurely came after you, and then after he researched and realized, oh, and saw some of the things that you've said or done to other people, he was like,
Mhm.
this probably wasn't. You know, when you go to prison, they say you punch the biggest guy there. He basically punched you, and you were the biggest guy there, and then he was like, shit, I punched the biggest guy. Now he's gonna
Mhm.
kill me. Like that's probably how he figured. So he was like, I need to take this comment down. I'm not ready to challenge him at this moment.
Yeah, it's only 2 episodes in the season. He doesn't have that big of a fan
Yeah,
base
like
to be like
don't
fighting.
challenge Shabooty this early in your season. It's gonna be a really tough season for you if you declare war on him this early on. Like, can you imagine every week you
Mhm.
just trashing this guy like
Yeah.
endlessly every
No, no,
week?
no.
How
I
that
mean,
would?
I like him though overall, so I'm not. He's cool. I'm not gonna beef with him. But oh, by the way, another topic that wasn't on our list that I actually want to spit out before I forget it, since it wasn't on our list. So, did you see all the bloggers like doing like TikTok esque videos where they said, "Oh my God, Matt had a chance." Or Matt hung out with Liz and they met before he was on the show. Isn't that breaking news? Did you see all those videos?
I saw them. I actually saw them. I actually commented underneath one of them, and I was because they were like, "Oh, what do you think happened?" And I was like, "Oh, you mean what we discussed on 90 Day Fiance Fridays with Shabooty and me?" I was like,
Mhm.
"We know what happened," and it's like the fact that y'all are just getting a hold of this photo that's like old is like
Mhm.
insane. But one of the bloggers is actually a friend of mine, so like I didn't go too deep, but I was like, y'all are getting like cold tea served to
Mhm.
y'all, like to the point where it's iced tea at this point. Like, if people
Yeah.
are really following these other pages expecting to get any real breaking news, y'all are getting served iced tea.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, it was because I think I did an Instagram story and I was like, didn't we talk about this a month ago? And then I got a reply in the DMs that said, no, I think y'all talked about it longer than a month ago.
Yeah.
But long story long, Matt, which is the thruple guy, I mean, we already talked about this on the podcast like over a month ago, but since it's like new, it's breaking news for people that aren't in the know, aka not us, because we knew about it a month ago. Plus, so anyway, long story long, he's from San Diego. He basically went to Encontro, which is where Liz worked, and basically met up with her and picked her brain and said, "Hey, I have the opportunity to be on 90 Day Fiance. Let me pick your brain and see, tell me how it was being on the show, what to expect, blah blah blah." So he basically like hit up Liz to befriend her and pick her brain about being on the show, and we already talked about this like over a month ago, so it's not really like new news. But now the photo did come out, but it's kind of like old news for us.
Yeah, this is old, and it kind of goes along with what people think of him and Amani, of trying to clout chase, I guess the best way to put it. Like,
Hmm.
he found a cast member that was local, knew where
Hmm.
she worked because of the show, and then went to get coached on how to be on the show. That's what I got
Hmm.
from it. And
Base.
I've heard other stories too. I don't want to say what else I heard, but I've heard other stories that are very similar to that from other people as well.
You've heard clout chasing esque stories
I have. I
about
have.
him or Amani or both?
Both.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's weird. I have a weird friendship with Amani because like we follow each other on Instagram. But don't you hate when you like follow somebody on Instagram and you're supposedly friends, but then they leave very like I don't want to say snide. Like snide is kind of like a too strong of a word, but a step under snide. They leave like pseudo snide comments.
She's leaving comments, like
Oh, so,
snide comments.
okay, let's. I don't want to like backtrack too much, but like as far as the post I made about Stevi, where I called
Okay.
her a PAWG, and then Amani hopped in the comments section. So let me pull that up real quick, and let me just real quick. Let me pull that up. So Amani said, "This is Amani's comment where in my post. This is backtracking a little, but she said, she's very beautiful. Why can't we keep it at that?" And then I said, this is my response to Amani. I said, and this is my response to Amani. I said, you're a PATG, parentheses, also compliment. And then Amani says, what does that stand for? And then I said, fat ass Tunisian girl. Oh,
Oh.
And then everyone laughed, and that was about. And then she didn't respond. And then
Whoa.
somebody said, laughing my ass off, Christ, and she didn't respond after that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So y'all might be frenemies.
Yeah, we're like, Lonnie and I are frenemies.
I
Yeah.
feel like you're frenemies. Like she's keeping
Yeah.
you close, but she's
Mhm.
keeping a close eye on you.
Yeah.
To see what you're gonna say about her. You know how I feel like she's there to watch you. She's not there to get to know you or be your friend. I
Yeah.
think she's
She's there
there
to
to
watch me, not to like be a fan of me or something.
Yes. It makes more sense to follow you than to ignore you. So I think she's there to see what you're gonna do and what you're gonna say, but she's not there by choice. She's there because she wants to know if you're gonna say something about her.
Yeah. Now, okay, I'm sure you saw it because it's pertinent to our podcast, but you saw that post I did on my Instagram where I said like, "Don't sleep on us," and I had a picture of Steph Curry, with like some fan mail and stuff.
Yeah, I saw it. I
And then you read
reposted
the
it.
you read the caption, right?
Yeah, I reposted it.
Yes. So the caption, let me see. What did I say? So in the caption, let me see if I can find it. But oh yeah, here it is. So I was alluding to like I was DMing with somebody, and then I said they big time me, and that was talking about Amani.
Oh, so this was talking about her. Okay.
Yeah, so it all makes sense, right? She's like a friend of me if she's big timing me.
Well, yeah, she's definitely a friend of me. I have frenemies that follow me and pretend to be my friend too, but they just they either want something from me or they want intel from me or I'm friends with somebody that they used to be friends with. It's a very planted situation.
Hmm. Yeah. So okay, that's pretty much what's going on with that, and yeah, that's going on with that was the deal with Matt and Liz. All right, the next topic in no order, particular order, other than did you see Adnan trashing TigerLily's vapes?
Yeah, I saw the video of him. Also, I don't vape, but I have a question. Why does she
Hmm.
have so many vapes?
So I think they're all like empty. I think those are all her empty vapes.
So I don't vape, but I think I have an idea of it. Like, so when you buy a vape, you buy cartridges for the vape, and
Hmm.
you can interchange the cartridges. So why does she have like 20 vapes?
Okay, well, since I don't vape either, okay, I'm going to request our live listeners in the comment section respond and let us know. Like, no, you're right. There are the vapes where you can replace the cartridge,
Yeah.
but I think there's other kinds that maybe they're not replaceable cartridges and you just throw them away.
Also, it's like
So
disposable.
yeah, there's disposable ones, but I'm not the
Oh.
expert. So people that are listening live, reply in the comments right now and let us know what the deal is with the vapes. But I
Yeah,
think those.
and also if you vape, how many vapes do you own like on hand? Because when I saw the video, I was really confused because I was like, why would you need so many of them? But I guess if they're not refillable, also why
Mhm.
does she keep them? Like, why didn't she throw them away? Like, I had a million questions because I was like, this is weird to me because I know people who vape and I've seen their vape like more than
Mhm.
once. So I was like, okay, I know what they look like, and I know one of my friends vapes. I know what her vapes looks like, and it's the same one every time. So I was like, why does she
Okay.
have so many?
Okay, we're getting comments. So disposable, different flavors maybe. They're disposable and she was hiding them everywhere. They look like they were disposable vapes. So everyone's saying they're disposable vapes.
So I have a question. For
Okay.
someone who claims to be one of the richest people on the planet, do rich people buy disposable vapes, or is that like not? It doesn't matter. Does it not matter how much money you have, or do rich people buy like the expensive ones or interchangeable ones? Like, I'm just curious because she
Uh,
keeps selling to
mhm.
us that she's so rich. Is disposable vapes like a rich person thing or no?
That's a good question. Let's see. Lana says, yes, vapes come in different flavors and a lot of them are disposable. Nobody shouldn't have that many. Gina says her ass was too lazy to go back to the vape store for recycling.
Oh, you
Um,
recycle. Okay. Do they
yeah,
give
so
you like a core back? Like now I have all these stupid questions. But like,
I
you
don't,
know how you buy like a battery and then you take the old one back and they give you a core? Like, can you take the old vapes back and they give you like $1 off the new vape? Like I have like all these stupid questions now.
I don't know. But Lana says very expensive, and then but Jenny says not at all. Disposable vapes are $20 to $40.
Oh. Oh, okay. I was thinking like $5 or $10. Okay. All right. So I guess her having that many would mean that she's spending a decent amount on vapes.
Hmm.
So
And then so yeah, there's that. And then the weird part of the video though was like Adnan threw them in the recycling bin.
yeah, you can't recycle metal. So, our vapes are metal, right? I'm pretty sure they're metal.
It's
They
like,
have metal.
well, they're plastic, but they probably have like a battery in it and shit.
Well, yeah. So a lot of people are saying that he didn't really throw them away. He was gonna go back and get them afterward because putting them in the recycle. Typically, your recycling stuff is cleaner than the
Then it's
garbage.
trash.
So yeah. So people
Yeah,
are
so
like,
he could have just done it for a video and then took them out.
yeah, because a lot of people said in one of his posts he was vaping. So it would be really hypocritical for you to throw away your wife's vapes because you don't want her vaping.
Well, wasn't he vaping at the tell-all?
He
He did.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying it was just a video that he wanted to make it seem like he was throwing out the vapes, but that's why in the recycling, after the video was over, he just went and got them because it was clearly cleaner than throwing them in the trash.
No, that definitely, like, I initially posted it and I didn't put much thought into it, and then afterwards I was like, wait, that was kind of, I was like, wait, hold up, why are you putting this shit in the recycling bin? So it
Well,
seemed like for a video.
where I live, if you put the wrong shit in your recycling bin, you get a letter in the mail and you got to pay a fine. So you don't just throw anything in the recycling bin. It has to actually be recycling because I get letters from my HOA, county, whoever, and they fine you for anything they had to take out of it that wasn't supposed to be in there.
Yeah, so it could have been a publicity stunt.
I think everything that Adnan and TigerLily do is a publicity stunt. Like, I honestly believe that they are out there trying. You know how the saying is "fake it till you make it." I feel like they're faking the lifestyle that they want because that's what they believe is going to get them to that lifestyle. Like her coming into the show with 700,000 followers, she was faking it until she made it, and I think that unfortunately, the way that she came into the show, it made people hate her. Like she's not gonna be one of those love cast members that people are gonna follow forever. She automatically came in as an obnoxious, weird voiced idiot who everyone can't stand. So like I think she went about it and ruined it for herself.
Yeah. Oh, and then there was a video that Adnan posted where they were like walking on a tarmac toward a private plane. I don't know if you saw it, but
I saw it. And I don't know what to think about them because we know the story behind the trust. And she told us that she was wealthy because of the trust, and then we had Gina and other people who investigated the trust, and we find out that she owes hundreds of $1,000s to the trust. So it's like either you're rich from the trust or you owe money to the trust. It can't be both. So I don't believe they were flying on a private jet. But also if you're not, how do you get on a tarmac? Because airports are very secure. So I have lots of questions in that. So
I'm not saying this is the case, but you know what it reminds me of is like I'm gonna tell you what it reminds me of. Yeah, I don't think they're rich, and I don't think they can afford like a private plane because it's like over $100,000
They're
supposedly.
definitely can't afford a private plane.
But no, but okay, no, but you know what it reminds me of is this is like a throwback, but since we're super fans, George is probably, or George Coco, whatever. You're probably like aware of it, but you know what it reminds me of is like it's a throwback to There's a video back in the day of Bilal, and Bilal was and he's from like Missouri, right?
yeah,
Bilal
St.
was
Louis.
hanging, yeah, he's from Missouri. He was hanging out in the Hamptons at some rich dude's Hamptons estate, not because Bilal's rich, but because he's like on TV and he's famous. So that allowed him to hang out with some dude in the Hamptons. So it just reminds me of just like, yeah, he's not like Adnan's not rich, but the fact that he's on TV allows him to network with rich people that like to hang out with people that are
Yeah.
on TV, who are like, hey, hop on my private jet and we'll go
This
fly. And then he gets to record the video and pretends like he's the one paying for the private jet, but really it's just some rich guy that wants to hang out with somebody that's on TV that's a fan of the show.
Yeah, this is actually very true. 90 Day Fiance has a lot of rich people, famous people are very, very into the show. So this can be, and I have friends that are very, very rich, and I've been on private jets, but they're not mine. I didn't pay anything. I was just invited to hang out. So you're 100% right. There's been times where I've been on people's planes that I have no stake in. I can't claim any ownership of anything that I did that day. Like they invited me to it and I went. So, but yeah, being on the show and being paired with famous people, that are obsessed with the show, because it's funny because famous people are obsessed with reality TV. Like we're obsessed with famous people, but for them they're already famous, so they're obsessed with reality TV stars. So how we look at them, they look at the reality TV stars the same way.
Yeah, so I think they're just hanging out with a rich person who's a fan of the show, and they're like, "Hey, hop on my private jet or something."
Yeah, I know for a fact they're not flying private anywhere. Like, I know that's not happening. And at some point, they're gonna eventually get found out, or I mean, I've already found them out, but they're gonna get exposed for faking a rich lifestyle. I just don't know, when it's gonna be, when somebody's gonna actually get hard proof that there's no money in their bank accounts. Like, I'm just waiting for it to happen because I already know that they're not rich. And you can only pretend to be rich for so long, but before somebody sees you flying on a low cost airline or something, right? Like, somebody's gonna find you. And I want to say, this happened with one of those rappers, maybe Little Bow Wow, where he posted that he was on a private jet, and then someone took a picture of him sitting in coach on one of the regular airlines or something. It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, I know like T-Pain posted something. He's like, the reason I'm flying like commercial is because if I wanted a private jet, it's like over $100,000 and shit. So I'm not wasting my money on that.
Yeah, yeah, and he's not wrong. For one flight, over $100,000 is so wasteful. And I think the only way that it becomes a little more affordable is if you own your own plane, then you
Yeah,
only pay for the fuel and the pilot. Then, because I think the Kardashians own their own plane, so whenever they want to use it, they only have to hire a pilot and fuel it. They don't have to actually pay the rental fee, because I think to rent the plane just for one trip is almost $100,000, depending on where you're going. But if
yeah,
you only had to pay for the fuel and the pilot, you could actually fly somewhere for $10,000 or $12,000.
true. All right, that's cool. Let's go to the next topic, which is um okay, I'm just going through our list, but so I posted that meme. Okay, who's on the Mount Rushmore of bad 90-day moms? And then the meme I posted, it had Summit's mom, Asuelu's mom, Debbie, and also Greg, the new cast member's mom. Now the question is, who's missing from that meme?
Oh,
Who are
well,
the shitty moms?
Asuelu's mom is always number one on my list as the worst mom in the world. Um, I agree with that. I agree with Submit's mom. She's come around a little bit now, than how
Mhm.
she was before, where she actually was like, "I'll unalive myself if you don't hire." Like, she's come around better. She's doing a little better. But I think not Miss Debbie, the regular Debbie, Colt's mom, I agree with that. Shoot, hold on, give me some time. I need to think. Oh, you know who else's mom was pretty bad? Um, Clayton's mom, the one that was in the closet, that was living in his closet and then like spying on his relationship and wouldn't let them do anything together. She was pretty bad too, right? I remember her being like a cock block to his relationship. Well, we thought she was a cock block, and then we figured out
Mhm.
Clayton's girlfriend actually just didn't want to have sex with him when she got there. We thought it was the mom that was the issue, but it wasn't.
True. I'm trying. Oh, I should pull up the comments of that post because the comments said like who was missing from it. So hold on. Let me pull up that post real quick. Um, let's see. Let me just see. Oh, Pedro's mom.
Oh my God, Lydia. You're right. Lydia is definitely on that list. She is the mother from hell. Some people might argue that Chantel's mom would be on that list
Mm,
because people either love her or hate her, Miss Karen. So I think that would be based on your personal opinion of them. But some people feel like Miss Karen and Lydia were both equally bad to their relationships. So it kind of depends on where that falls with people.
true. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
Brandon's mom, Betty.
oh,
Remember Betty and Ron?
okay. Do
She
you mean
was definitely,
the one with the '80s hair?
yeah, the what is she? Swinger. The
Yeah,
swinger.
yeah. I thought you were talking about like Brandon, the one in like Philippines.
No. I liked his mom.
You know, his mom came around like
Yeah, she
yeah.
basically didn't want him to marry or whatever, but I was totally in agreement with her. Right?
Hmm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
liked her because she owned up to her shit too, because she had her issues with addiction, and she was like, "Yeah, I was never there for him. I was a horrible person, but I want to be there now." I respected that. I was like, "Yeah, you might not have been there for him growing up, but you definitely don't want him to make horrible decisions now." You know?
Mhm. True. All right, I'm seeing if there are any in the comments. If I missed any people,
I just remember when
there's Mike's mom, like Mike, the one that hated Natalie.
oh, Trish.
Yeah,
Mike's mom, Trish. She's the one that Natalie said called her a hooker.
yeah.
Yeah, Trish was pretty bad too, but I want to defend Trish a little bit Natalie was someone that you should discourage your child from marrying.
If you're a good mother, yes.
Yeah, if you're a good mother. I mean, Trish was pretty mean to her, but I feel like Trish gets a get out of jail free card for me just because Natalie's absolutely the worst human being. So any mother that cares about their child should have been like, you can literally marry a hooker, but don't marry her, right? Like, but don't marry her, like, please.
But Trish had like the most like quintessential and cliche like Karen haircut.
Well, yeah, a lot of people said that she looked like Mike with a wig on.
Yeah.
Which she did, but I still liked her. I thought she was a good mom, and she didn't do anything that no mother wouldn't do. But my favorite thing was when Asuelo's mom was like, "I don't care about your kids, just give me my money." That was like one of the most iconic 90-day like quotes. And then I remember every time that Kalani would go meet with them, they would try to fist fight her. And I was just like, this is crazy. I can't believe this woman is gonna try to fist fight these girl. Like his family was the craziest. Like worse than Pedro's family, worse than Kieran's family. Like I think Asuelo's family, if you had to pick the number one worst like family with no manners, it's Asuelo's family.
Yeah, the Asuelo's mom is. Imagine if that was your like in-laws' mom, like if that was your wife's mom or something.
Yeah, we wouldn't speak. Do you remember when she came over for Christmas and she tried to beat up Kalani then? And Asuelo had to pick.
And then but even the sister was a maniac as well, right?
Yeah, the sister was the one that tried to fist fight Kalani.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had to pick up his sister, put her over his shoulder, and throw her out the front door. That was also classic 90-day moment. Yeah. Like if you ever go back, okay, so there's classic moments. There's the table scene for Thanksgiving dinner at Miss Kieran's house where Pedro and River fist fight each other, and then there's that scene where Asuelo's wearing a Christmas hat and a Santa Claus outfit, and he picks up his sister, throws her over his shoulder, and literally tosses her out the front door. It doesn't get any more chaotic than that. Those are like classic 90-day moments.
Yeah, like that's why everyone's like, "Oh my god, I missed the old 90-day," where it's like, yeah, well, it's hard to replicate those moments.
Right?
I mean, I miss those moments too. I mean, to me, it made it seem more authentic.
When River threw a piece of bread at Pedro and hit him in the face, and then they both get up and they're fighting, and then River punches Pedro, but in the process trips over the table and knocks Miss Kieran down on her face. You can't recreate that. This is not fake. This is real because River actually hit his mom in the process, and damn well nobody told him to hit his mom. They were fighting. Like you can never recreate these type of moments, and I think that's what bothers me the most when we're watching like TigerLily and Shekinah. We're never gonna get these real moments because we're basically watching horrible actors pretend to be in fake situations, which I freaking hate.
Yeah, like we're never gonna get like you're never gonna see like Shekinah showering with a rat in a third world country.
No, not
which
even.
I would love to see that though. I would
I
love to
would
see that though.
pay. I would pay to see it. Like this is what hurts me the most is knowing that we're never gonna get the moments that drew us to the show in the first place.
Yeah,
I still remember when Azan met Nicole for the first time and he's doing his in the moment interview and he was like, "I'm so happy to see her, but she's a little bigger than I thought she was." And he was like, "I'm gonna have to take her to the gym because I don't want to be with a big girl." Like it was.
I miss Adnan.
Do you remember that?
Them. They were so fucking. I mean, it was so obvious. Like he had nothing to do with her.
No,
and she just she was in denial for like 5 fucking seasons.
Yes. Do you remember? And even
I
better,
love her. Yeah.
Even better, I remember when Nicole was telling her mom about Azan. This is before she went over there to meet him. And she showed her a picture of Azan and she was like, "This is him. We're going to get married." And her mom looked at the photo on her phone and she was like, "This is Azan?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "So what does he want with you?" And I was like, "I thought you was her mama. You supposed to
You're
say
like, damn."
I was like, you supposed to say she's pretty no matter what. How you gonna say? But we'll never get real moments like that again because they're all fabricated, and I just miss it. Oh, also when Danielle and Muhammad got married and he wouldn't kiss her because it was Wednesday in his country or something. Like we're never gonna get that. Those moments will never be realistic again because we're getting fake crap.
Okay, and then what was I gonna say? Oh, Do you agree that Greg, the Doughboy's mom, looks like Dr. Now?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my fucking God, are you kidding me?
Did you see? Hold on. Did you see? I posted a picture.
Yeah, the face to face.
No, there's a picture of a Dr. Now doll.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you?
Yes.
That doll looks like Dr. Now and her at the same time. Did you see that?
Do you want to put that in the chat thing?
How do I do that?
Well, I know you posted it, right?
Yes.
So you
No,
have to.
I reposted it. So technically, I didn't post it.
It's like you did a quote retweet or something.
Yes. No, you
You
know
have
what? Screw this. I'm just gonna text you the picture.
Okay.
Because
No, hold on. I think I could. Hold on. Let me try something. Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh well, it's sort of. Hold on 1 second. Let me do that. Actually, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, it should. Okay, it should show up. It's Sherry's tweet, who's one of our like Patreon supporters. So Sherry, thank you. And yeah, we shared your tweet in the chat, and I'll give you a retweet. Okay, it should show up like in the live chat thing. Do y'all see it?
let me look. Well, mine hasn't updated yet. Well, yeah. I can see it.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Everyone that's listening live, you should see the Sherry tweet in the chat, and that's a Dr. Now doll. So you're saying the mom looks like the doll?
Yes. Look at the doll. It looks like Dr. Now and Sherry at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I can see both people.
Well,
I
no,
thought
not.
that was
Well, her
just
name's
funny.
not Sherry, right? The
Wait,
mom's name is not Sherry.
what's her name?
I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Let me figure it out. I need to figure out her name. This is, that's also a thing. I knew everyone's name like after one episode. That's how you know that the show is changing. Because I can be 2 or 3 episodes in and I'm still learning names. That's how I know that I'm
Oh,
kind of engaged as I
I think
used to.
one. I think I don't know if it was our Friday episode or a Sunday episode, but I was calling instead of Amani, I was calling her like Amina or some shit.
Yeah, you were saying. Oh, yeah, you were saying
Yeah, I was saying Amina instead of
Mina
Amani.
and Amani together because we have Amina. She's the retired stripper,
Yeah,
with the pilot, and then we have Mani. You were just kind of mixing them together
yeah,
because we have both of those people. All right, so
I was
what?
calling Amani Amina.
All right, let me see if I can find her name. So her name is Joan. His name is
Oh
Greg.
yeah.
What is her?
No. Joan is the chick though.
Yeah, Joan is the girlfriend. His name is Greg. I'm trying
Yeah, I
to
don't know
see if
the.
anyone posted her name.
the
No, everywhere I look, it just says Lucille.
Lucille.
She looks like a Lucille too, actually. Don't it? She looks like a Lucille. Now that I say it out
Yeah.
loud, that's definitely a Lucille.
Yeah, she's a Lucille. Yeah.
I don't see nothing but a Lucille when I look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in
Yeah.
other
So
news, I guess Josh Cedar is alive again from his last.
yeah, I posted that on my Instagram, knowing I know he's like a fame whore and he loves when people post the shit. But I was like, you know what? I'll throw his whack ass a bone.
It's kind of ridiculous. Like, you can only fake your death once, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think that's like the rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not hiding from the FBI, you can only do it one time. So the fact that he did it 2 times, I think it shows that he's not mentally stable, right? Like, because you can't just continue to kill yourself off and then re-alive yourself, like, as like a routine. Like, this isn't what normal people do. And I think that, can you imagine, guys? I used to be friends with this person,
Mm-hmm.
like actual friends, like close friends. So can you imagine my horrible judge of character?
Like, have you ever met him in person though?
Yes.
Is he? Where does he live or what state or whatever?
Illinois.
So where did y'all see each other in person?
Illinois.
What were you doing in Illinois?
I was working.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there already. I was in the Chicago area already, and for something else, and that, yeah. So correct.
Really? Was he weird back then too?
Yeah, he was odd. Like, he was an odd person, really tall, really odd, but we more so were friends online and on the phone. Like, there was a time where we talked on the phone 2 or 3 times a day for like months.
Damn.
Yeah, like, we were really close, but he would do things and say things that were strange to me. Like, one time he texted me and was like, I don't know if I should say this because it's kind of personal. Well, he basically told me that if he couldn't get in a magazine by Friday, let's say Friday, that he was going to unalive himself. And he would do weird things. So then I would call him and like talk to him and like, you can't do that, you can't do that. And now that I know who he is better now, I know that he was all full of crap. Like that was never really a thing. He was just seeking attention from literally everyone. Like it didn't matter who it was. He just wanted people to give him attention. And you know, because I was like, I think what bothered me the most when he faked his death is I had just talked to him that day and he didn't mention anything. And then I called him after it happened because I knew it was fake. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I knew it was fake, and he didn't pick up. And then he texted me a day or two later and was like, I don't remember what he said. It was basically LOL, you know what's going on or whatever. And that's when I blocked him because I was like, this is ridiculous. You were going to let me, well, he thought you were going to let me think that you were dead for 2 days. Like, I can't be cool with someone like that. Like, even if it's a joke, you could at least tell me, you know?
No, yeah, like like he could at least tell you so you're not worried, and then you just probably won't post that he's, even though if you know it's bullshit, you'll say, you know what, I'm not gonna
Well,
blow up his publicity stunt, but at
well,
least I know I'm not worried about him.
he used to text me. Look, I'll tell y'all this. We would talk on the phone, and whenever he would come up with a new publicity stunt, he would call me and we would talk it through. Because there were some of them that he was going to do but didn't do, and then there were some that he did that we talked about. So I didn't understand what was different about this one that he wasn't going to tell me. And then he texted me a week or so after, and he's like, I couldn't tell you because you know you were probably going to tell someone. And I was like, but I knew about all of the other things that you did that weren't true, and I didn't tell anyone. So I was like, you know what, we just can't be friends. I can't be friends with someone who does the things that you do. Like I can't justify dealing with a person like that.
Yeah, and like he basically at this point in time, like 2025 bullshit, like at this point he's kind of like he falls in under the like right wing grifter category because he just like posts all the shit that the right wingers and shit like, you know.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. None of it's real. And it's like I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't like him because he said this about this group of people." None of it's real. Like none of it's actual real. It's just I call it rage bait, clickbait, rage bait. Whatever he thinks is gonna make people upset is what he's gonna post because angry people post things online, and he just needs to be talked about. And I told him, I was like, "You have to breathe oxygen, not fame." I was like, as long as fame is your oxygen, you're never gonna be okay. I was like, you have to start learning how to breathe oxygen because sometimes there'll be days where people aren't talking about you.
Speaking, here's a good segue. Speaking of Josh, did you see the photo that I posted of one of my eyewitnesses that spotted Josh flying from Vegas to Phoenix, and he was with I think it was a blonde chick, and she had a white dog. So according to the Shabooty, I think it's just this chick Kaylee that he's been with for like years now. I think it's the same girl because she has a white dog according to her Instagram posts.
I did see that. I will say Josh has been with the same girl for a really long time. And I've already told you this though, because when he started out with Natalie on The Single Life, I got like a huge outpour of messages from people who were like, "Oh, he runs this weird company, and I got taken advantage of allegedly, and he's dating this girl." And they sent me picture after picture after picture, and it was this girl, the one that you posted. And they were like, "She lives with him. He works with her at his company or whatever." So I've known about her since the first time we ever saw him on the show. And I think,
so I think he's still with her.
well, I will say this. I was told that he was going to Phoenix. I think they were going to Phoenix, right? Or was it Vegas? I can't remember where
They were leaving Vegas to go to Phoenix.
They were going to a cheer event for his daughter. And the person so I was told the person that was with him is his baby mama. But the person that I saw in your picture looks a lot like the person I saw in the photos from the beginning. So I'm thinking maybe that Kaylee girl may be, well, I don't want to say her name, but maybe the mother of his daughter.
Oh wait, well, all I know is like Kaylee if you go on Kaylee, I mean, I didn't post it, but like, if you go on Kaylee's Instagram, she has a white dog, and then the Shabooty eyewitness said the person that was with Josh has a white dog, so and they look the same. So so my assumption is it's Kaylee.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but I think what people don't realize is
Oh, so
the
you're saying Kaylee is his baby mama?
yes, because we all know
Oh,
he has 2 kids, but I don't think that his son and daughter have the same mom. That's
hmm
just from the things that I've been told and the
hmm
information given to me, because the timeline of when the daughter was born and conceived rose with the timeline of this girl.
So he has a really young daughter, then I assume.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. I feel like that's tea for our live listeners.
Yeah, and because I think a lot of people, well, even on the show, he said that his son and daughter, he didn't want Natalie to meet the mother of his kids. I don't think it's the same girl, because the woman that we met on the show, remember they were on a boat, and Natalie was on the boat with.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, the mother of his son is not. If he has a young daughter, it's not going to be the same mother.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But he said on the show that that woman was the mother of his kids. I think the mother of his son, but I think the
hmm
mother of his daughter is this girl that he's been with for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds like new and valid tea. Yes.
Yeah, so I don't want to put him out there, he rolls in the same circle as my people, so but
Mhm.
I'm just following the T, right? You just
Yeah.
follow the T and see where it leads you.
Yeah. So I think that's for our listeners. You may see this on like you'll see it on Instagram in a month, and it'll say breaking news. But you're
Yeah.
listening live now. He allegedly has 2 baby mamas. The Kaylee chick, who's a young, hot little chippy, is the mother of his young daughter or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So March 7th, we told you. And
hmm
then April 17th, the other bloggers are going to give you this exact same information and say that they just figured it out. So just keep the dates in mind. If you want the tea while it's hot, you got to
hmm
get it from us. If you want some iced tea served with the ice melted, the other guys are your people.
One of our listeners, Saffron T, says he posted his daughter on Instagram. She's young and cute.
Yes, he posted her, and he's showed her on live before as well. Super
hmm
cute little girl. Yeah, but
Okay.
I think that two different baby mamas.
Yeah, no. I think I think that's all valid. Like it's the Calie chick,
Yes.
and that's the mother of the daughter because she has a white dog, and that's who he's flying around with
Well,
for the.
yeah, and I found out that they were going to a cheer event, and I was like, well, why wouldn't her mom go with her to the cheer event, right? This was a family trip to support the daughter. So I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, this is making sense, because if he only works with this girl and dates this girl, why is she going to family events? Why wouldn't the actual baby mother go unless you
Mhm.
are?
Yeah. So that's the breaking Josh Weinstein tea.
Isn't it funny how such an uneventful character has had so much tea lately? Like,
Mhm.
he's been such an uneventful cast member, but like he's had all this tea following him around. It's really weird.
Basically. All right. So okay, speaking of tea, another thing that I broke exclusively, which is like Miss Debbie's son Julian, he's officially married to his baby mama.
Yep.
So congratulations to Julian. Let me do like a little round of applause sound effect. So yeah, Julian's married to his baby mama. They were like kind of broken up for a little bit, but then they got back together for the sake of the kid. Now they're married.
Yeah, this is an interesting story because, there were rumors that he was dating Jen from 90 Day, and then we found out that that wasn't true. And then I
hmm
also heard rumors that he was dating another 90 Day cast member earlier when he was on the show. And I don't know if that was true or not. I heard from one person it was, one person it wasn't. But we all knew that he had a kid that he had kept hidden, from the 90 Day show, from anytime he ever did anything, this kid wasn't around, but we all knew it existed. And
hmm
I heard that him and his wife, because you knew this too, Shabooty, that him and his wife were on some court show, some daytime court show. Do you remember that?
I know he was on it, but I don't know if it was. I didn't pay attention to who he was with.
I heard that he was with her. She was standing next to him, this ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, baby mama, whatever you want to call her. And I was told that they weren't getting along well when he was doing the show. So congratulations to them for working it out. Because when there's a kid involved, you know, sometimes you gotta work your shit out, you know, do what's best for the kid. So they're married. So things are definitely worked out. Also, super sorry to any of the ladies that were hoping.
Well, you mean Captain Picard?
Yeah, Captain Picard.
I'm so sorry.
Because I'm sure that was her goal, to become Mrs. Julian. So he is now officially off the market. I mean, unless you're the Matt type, you know, or the Jasmine type, a husband or wife shouldn't bother you. You should still go for what you want. You know, because there are some people who are like that. But if you're a self-respecting person, you know, that should mean off limits.
True. I mean, if you're running the USS Enterprise, you can get that married dick.
I mean, I feel like Captain would dip in for a taste and dip back out, right? I feel like she's not above that.
Sure, why not? As long as it makes for good tea on the podcast, you know. Anyway, that's a Julian tea. So yeah, thank you. Well, congratulations, Julian. And well, I'll give him a thank you for I'll expose my sources. Thank you, Julian, for that tea.
Oh, so it was Julian. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's 90 Day Fiance Fridays tea exclusive.
Good for him. I tell people all the time, if you got news that's about to be leaked, you should leak it yourself, right? I tell people that all the time. Don't let anyone have that power over you that they're holding something over your head.
No, well, you should come to Shabooty and give him the exclusive. Yes.
Well, we're gonna get it either way, right? Like it's gonna come out on 90 Day Fiance Fridays, regardless whether you give it to the show or not.
I mean, it always does, doesn't it?
And then exactly 3 months later, everybody else gets it.
And then speaking of more tea, so Mark the pilot, well, on the show, they made him look like a fumfering idiot where he doesn't know where to get like Pampers and shit,
right?
Food. And then I know that there's a counter argument, so I'm aware of the counter argument, but let's just play along for a little bit. So apparently he got exposed by me because he lives only 28 minutes away from the closest Walmart. So basically, well, I could read real quick. I have a fan that lived near him, and the fan DM me real quick. Let me just read his message, calling out Mark and how he made his state look. Basically, the fan DM me. It says, "Hey Shabooty, I live in New Hampshire. The town next over." Let me just read. I live in New Hampshire, the town next over from Mark, who lives in West Ossipee. I have to believe that his whole segment was producer driven. Right up the street is Hannaford Supermarket, and 30 minutes from his house is a Walmart. I really don't appreciate the producers throwing shade on my state. Thanks for the podcast. I'm a big fan, Dave. So yeah, the producers made him seem like a dumbass where he didn't know where to buy Pampers, but apparently he was close to a bunch of stores. But obviously the counter argument is they probably don't have permission to film at Walmart, but they still could have probably filmed at the fancy supermarket.
Huh. That's interesting. Now that you said that, I don't think I've ever seen a cast member filming in a Walmart on this show ever.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I know that's like Angela's favorite store, obviously.
Well, yeah. But now that you said that, I don't think I've ever seen a cast member inside of a Walmart. So maybe, okay, so on both sides of that, maybe he did want to go to a Walmart, but they couldn't film in the Walmart. So they had to pick where nobody would tell you not to film. So it could be that too. But it did make for a better storyline to take her to a corner store so she could ask for lamb and fresh mushrooms, because it did make for a better storyline. So I guess we'll never know which one it is, because it could be either one. It could have been like, oh no, it'll be funnier because they sell lamb at Walmart and they also sell mushrooms at Walmart. So we don't know which one it was. It was probably the producers, but it probably made a better scene for them to go to the corner store.
Yeah, I feel like they should have. If they didn't want to make him look stupid, they could at least film at like the supermarket instead of the bodega.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like taking the whole thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the producers want to make him look like a jackass so then we can make fun of him.
Well, yeah, I think that they wanted to show like, oh, this guy is old and he's having a kid, which is funny. He's no older than Angela, but they're trying to make it seem like he's elderly. He's only 58, right? And I feel like they keep pushing this age on him, and I'm like, this dude
because he looks like he's fucking 78. I'm sorry. He is the same age as Mr. Coco, and so no.
Mr. Coco looks a lot younger than Mark. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Mark looks like I think Mark looks like he's on his like 8th divorce.
This is true. He does look like a man
so stressed. He looks very stressed out. Like he just looks like he lived his life smoking cigars and drinking whiskey.
He lived his life in the air. Maybe that's probably stressful. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, every flight has a risk involved.
Oh, and there's radiation.
Yeah, I mean, pilots.
Shabooty's laughing at radiation. Oh my God.
Pilots have it harder.
Radiation.
I mean, also it's stressful as well because as a pilot, you never know when a lady is going to strip buck naked and walk up and down the aisles of your flight.
I haven't done that recently.
That not you, but someone did it the other day.
Oh, I did. I saw the viral video.
Yeah, so you never know. It has to be stressful. And I just want to say, on all of the flights I was on, everyone kept their clothes on. There was no. Well, we had issues, but no naked people issues. We were okay in that department.
True. All right. Well, that's the Mark story. I mean, I think it's probably just the producers trying to find like a funny bit. But it's still funny to make fun of the fact they're close to Walmart.
Well, everybody's close to Walmart. I tell people this all the time. I was like, it doesn't matter where you live. You can live in Antarctica. There is a Walmart near you. So if you are trying to tell me that you live in the country, there's a Walmart within driving distance of you because that's just how it works. So when they were trying to sell it to me, I was like, y'all can't sell that to me. Like, I don't care where you live. There's a Walmart. And I was like, if you think this man has never heard of Walmart, you can't sell that to me.
All right, now, so I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I did a post of it was like a last resort song. I don't know if y'all had a chance to hear it on my Instagram.
I did,
but if anyone listens to the last resort song with Gino and Jasmine, I don't know, George, do you want to play like 10 seconds of it or something, or?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm looking on your Instagram to find it.
Okay. I think I tweeted it too, so I could also post it as like a featured tweet on Twitter.
All right, let me turn on the volume. All right, so y'all ready?
You don't play like I don't know 20 seconds of it or some shit. But I'll feature it in the chat as well as soon as I find it.
Okay, where's the speak? Okay, here we go.
Fire, Jasmine's her name. Playing mind tricks, girl loves the game. Gino's holding roses, heart on his sleeve. But strip club valet got a baby to conceive. Gino just wanted a little something to smash at the goal. Now monogamy, she had to preach while the drama hit Gino like sand on the beach. Took his hat off, his head looking bare, dreaming of love, but she's not playing fair. Denying his time, keeping it chase. Then the valet out here, nothing goes away. Square booty, bouncing, causing a clash. Gino just wanted a little something to smash at the cool non-monogamy. She had to preach while the drama hit Gino like sand on the beach. Fast talks.
All right, that's good.
That was fucking amazing. I'm literally gonna Shazam that.
I don't know if it's on Shazam yet, but
it's really good, guys. If you haven't listened to the full song, it's so good. So go listen to it.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to Lainey who put that together and sent it to me.
Shout out to Lainey for being more creative than me. Shout out.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, I'll have to either she'll make it or I'll have to make some as well. But there's gonna be more like songs like that in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, I would love to hear some songs from the different.
We should get like a 90 Day Fiance Fridays specific song just about our podcast.
That's a
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
ask ChatGPT to create a 90 Day theme song, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna play it for you on Sunday's episode.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I actually would love to hear that.
Yeah, but just all the fans and listeners, just stay tuned. I'm gonna try to, whether she makes it or we make it or Coco makes it. So whatever, we're gonna make like a 90 Day Fiance Fridays, like similarly in that same vein, like a funny ass song
Yes.
parody type thing. So just stay tuned, and we'll have more funny ass songs for y'all. Okay, let's see. There was we still have more topics, but okay, there was we could buzz through this one real quick. But there was that meme where it was so what if there was a 90 Day Fiance museum? What artifact would you include in it?
Oh, this is really good.
Mhm.
A 90 Day Fiance museum. Okay, so I would put. Do you remember when Danielle from Danielle and Muhammad flew down to Florida to catch Muhammad seeing his new girlfriend, and she had a binder that had like 7,000 pages in the binder, and
Mhm.
she wanted to give it to Muhammad, and it was all of the proof that she had that he was cheating.
Yes.
And she was like, "You're a user, Muhammad!" And she launched the binder at him and hit him with it. So I would
Yeah, I
put the
remember.
binder in the 90 Day Fiance Museum because I feel like that's a 90 Day Fiance artifact. And I
Mhm.
would put the knife that they were using when Jesse and Darcy were cutting the steak, and he was like, "You have to cut the steak on a bias." And then she ripped the knife away from him and was like, "I know how to cut a steak." And then she took off her stiletto and hit him with it. So I would put the
Mhm.
knife and the stiletto also in the museum.
True. You people like you're getting a lot of live comments on that. Hold on, let me pull up the most recent ones. 1 second, I'll read them real quick. Yes, the knife. Yes, the binder was awesome. Yes, the binder was hilarious. Yes, the knife. The red. No, somebody said red makeup bag.
Oh my god, yes, the red makeup bag. That is a
Mhm.
90 Day classic. That
Yes.
red makeup bag that Anfisa got. Oh my god, that moment was one of the best 90 Day Fiance moments. I still watch that clip to this day and laugh hysterically at that. And I shouldn't because it's abuse and it's not funny. But the way that she was like, "George, can you give me my red makeup bag?" Like it was just so funny. It was crazy.
Mhm. And then we got to have like Gino's. I feel like if there's a Gino exhibit, it would need to include a toothbrush, a hat, and sandals.
Yes, all of the above. All of the
Hmm.
above. And if it was a Jasmine exhibit, we would need upside down butt implants, but they needed to be displayed upside down. So not right side up, they need to be upside down. And $100 or $1,500 hair extensions, like hanging up. What else would she have?
Oh, by the way, the only thing I could think of when I was like trying to respond to the meme was, I know this is like it would be hard to be in a real museum, but just for the sake of the meme, I said we need to have a Filipino showering rat.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Like the biggest rat possible. Like we have to go to New York and get the
Mhm.
biggest one because let's be real, that rat that was over there was like the size of a dog, right? So it has to be like a massive, like stuffed rat. Um, and yeah, and then whatever like little ladle he was using to bathe with, that would also need to be
Mhm.
there because who does that? He was literally bathing with a ladle.
Mhm.
You know who does that? A psycho.
Well, yes, a psycho. Yeah, that's correct.
Or Bill O'Reilly. No, that was a loofah. Never
Mhm.
mind.
They'll get
Oh,
what? Oh, well, what Gossip Girl says, big ass jar of mayo.
yes, that's actually really good. That's actually amazing. Yeah, that's perfect. Definitely
You're
a
my
jar man.
favorite view.
Mhm.
I still remember the look that Rose gave him when he said that. Like, I will actually a picture of Rose
Okay.
looking at him with that disgusted look on her face.
I mean, honestly, I would too. I'm sorry.
And underneath it, the caption would be, "And it was in this moment that she knew that she fucked up." Like that would be the caption because that in that moment she was like, "What am I doing right now? Why is this man even here?"
Mhm. True. All right, let's see. Oh, I just want to give a shout out because well, it's part of that post I did with the Steph Curry picture.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently I was trying to figure out, so it was one of our fans whose boyfriend that isn't even on social media. Apparently he found us and we started listening to our show and like loved it. And then, so apparently, like Spotify recommended to him our podcast. So apparently, we're like in the Spotify algorithm. So
Wait, are we Spotify recommended? Are we really?
yeah,
Is
so
that
there's
like in the music world, that would be like Grammy nominated, right? Because Spotify is like the Grammys of podcasts. So that's crazy.
yeah, so the Spotify algorithm is like recommending us to like new listeners that all of a sudden like start loving us.
So
And
this
then
person is not even on social media. They don't even know like how to find us
he's like
online.
some. It's like he's some. It's funny because it's like he's some guy in his like 30s who started listening and loving it. And then the funny part is his girlfriend has been listening to us forever. And then now when she discovered that he discovered our show through the algorithm, she's like, "Oh shit! Well, I guess we're gonna have to listen together now that we're both listening to it independently, not realizing that we're both fans of the same show."
What? That's
Yeah.
insane. The idea that they're recommending us
Mm.
to people is crazy because Spotify, anything you can think of, there's podcasts on Spotify that get millions and millions of streams a week. So the idea that little old us is getting recommended to people,
YouTube Music as well.
well, yeah, like that is very impressive. I'm very impressed. Thank you. Shout out to Spotify, right?
By the way, can I just say something real quick? If you go on YouTube Music, which I just did just now, I just typed in 90 Day and the first thing that pops up is Fiance Fridays.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we're on there too.
Yeah.
Are we on that
Yeah.
level? So I don't know if y'all know this, but every March the iHeartRadio Awards does an iHeartRadio Podcast Awards.
Yes.
So I don't know, guys. If things keep going in this direction, we might be at the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards next year. Wouldn't that be exciting?
I'm excited. That'd be so exciting.
Can you imagine sitting next to all these huge name podcast people? Like, I wouldn't, just to be invited would be crazy for me. I don't even need to like take an award home. I just want to be invited.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then real quick, talking about like fan mail, there's a stripper I follow on Instagram who's a 90 Day Fiance fan.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked.
But
You
she's
follow a stripper? Shocker.
But are you shocked that she's a fan of our podcast?
No. I feel like I'm hot enough to get strippers to listen to our podcast, right, Coco?
So yeah. Do you want me to read you her fan mail to us?
Well, yeah.
I do.
Now that I know she's a stripper, I'm extra interested.
And like I'm not gonna lie. She put because I could send you her profile privately, but she posts like videos of her like on stage, like like twerking on stage and shit. And like
go on.
It's very impressive, let's just say. Anyway, but let me read you her fan mail. So this is a fan mail from her, and she says, "Hi, listening to the podcast on Spotify that y'all posted on Saturday as I get ready to work. Currently listening to y'all talking about Annie, the stripper from the throuple. Not sure which club she works at, but I do have some friends that travel dance. And one of my best friends worked in Tijuana last year, I believe. My friend is a clown stripper, parentheses, strips as a clown, and she gets hired to be featured all over.
Yeah, I believe it.
Anyhow, the experience she had doing, I think 2 nights in Tijuana was insane. But she also said the clubs there were essentially brothels. This is all allegedly, but my guess would be anyone working in those clubs regularly is likely offering some form of extras. And then she said, "You guys' instincts are likely spot on. Thank you for making a podcast that I thoroughly enjoy listening to. You guys really helped me through my week."
Stop it! I love you.
And she's a really hot stripper.
I mean, I appreciate any compliment, but coming from a super hot stripper,
praise, guys. That was high praise.
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
I love that, and it's not just because she's a super hot stripper. I really love that. Right. That was amazing, and also yes, Tijuana is like drug capital.
They have donkey shows there.
What is it? Wait, what's a donkey show?
It's when they would have sex with donkeys and men pay to watch.
What?
Yeah, it's like a very popular thing in Tijuana.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Don't ask me why I know this. Okay, do not.
I'm just shocked that people do that. So
yeah, I mean, they're called donkey shows, and like they would, men would pay to watch a woman get fucked by a donkey. So yeah, and it's usually in Tijuana.
Does the woman die immediately afterward? Because I feel like
don't know. I've never attended it. I'm just the messenger that there are shows.
I've never seen a donkey having sex, but I'm assuming it's not comfortable for a woman, right? I feel like it's not going to be something enjoyable.
No, I don't think so. But I mean, this is like, that's like when I think of Tijuana and brothels, I think of like the donkey shows.
Oh,
anyways,
I think that I also heard from some other people, also the Tijuana stripper thing. I heard independently from others that, you don't go to Tijuana to meet a classy stripper. You go to Tijuana to bang a stripper who's going to bang you and your 13 friends. So that's just what I heard. Also, Annie from the show follows me, the stripper. So, hey, Annie, don't take any of this the wrong way. Don't take any of this the wrong way. I'm just saying, I think that Tijuana is where you go when you're trying to have a really, really, really good time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we do know which strip club or whatever Annie was stripping at, which was I guess we could say, right? So it was Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. That's also what I heard as well.
Oh my god, that's a fucking amazing name. I'm just gonna say.
I know it has so many different meanings.
That is the landing strip.
I know. I heard it.
Sorry, I didn't think that would ever happen, but it is.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do Hong Kong whatever Gentlemen's Club reviews tonight, but we are gonna do I forget what it's called, but we'll get into it. The 8 Mile strip club that Gino was get the bachelor party, and I haven't read the reviews yet, but I'm told from let's just give Gino a shout out. She's kind of, let's call it like a moderator, but she pulled the reviews and said they were hilarious, but I purposely haven't read them yet. But I feel like this might be a good segue to do that.
Was it Gina? Was it Gina?
Gina, yeah.
Yeah, Gina's like gonna be one of our producers for the podcast. She's like very, very good behind the scenes with getting amazing information. So you know how Howard Stern had his team and he had like these people who were really good. Like Gina's like that good. So yeah, I just want to shout out Gina because I literally will have a conversation with her and then I will go get something to drink and sit back down and she's already sent me like 5 things on what we were just talking about. She's literally amazing.
No, she makes our lives easier because we're gonna get into it, but like she pulled all the reviews, and I should probably find the name, but like she put all the reviews for the strip club that Gino had a bachelor party on the show.
It's 8 Mile Strip Club.
Okay, yeah.
Which is interesting because the last time I was in Detroit, not last time, why I say that, one of the times that I was in Detroit, I went to 8 Mile. This was, oh my gosh, over 15 years ago. And obviously because of Eminem, I wanted to see the area. I didn't get out of the car, guys, because I don't know if y'all have been to 8 Mile. It's not somewhere that you want to be hanging out. So when I heard that the strip club was called 8 Mile Strip Club, I was wondering what's the proximity of it to 8 Mile. So I'm going to check that real quick while you're getting everything together because I want to know how close it is to that place because it was a rough area, y'all. Like Eminem wasn't lying when he said he grew up rough.
You're going to check how close is the 8 Mile Road?
Yes. Because I'm just curious because I know that's a popular street name. Okay, Players Club, 8 Mile Premier Gentlemen's Club. All right. It says it's on East 8 Mile Road, Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, so it's on 8 Mile Road,
it's
literally.
On 8 Mile. So, Gino, shout out to you for going on 8 Mile because you're better than me, bro. Like, I wouldn't have did that. So, you're better than me. Gino is like a hard up guy. Like, he went into the hood to go to that strip club. So, good for him because I wouldn't have did it. Not at night. Not at night.
I know this is like a fucked up story, but wasn't a story, I don't think it was a strip club, but wasn't there a story where like Eminem was hanging out with, I forget the guy's name, but one of his boys in the movie, it was the Mekhi Phifer character in the movie. But in real life, it's based on a person. But then anyway, long story long, and I know it's like a fucked up story, but like I think they were in a club in 8 Mile Road or whatever, and then some guy like shot Eminem's friend.
Yeah. It's rough, guys. Like, I thought it was cool. I was on the freeway. And I was actually a store opener for a startup company. So we were opening a bunch of stores in Michigan. And I was on the freeway and I saw the sign for 8 Mile, and I was in the car with some people, and I was like, should we do it? Should we do it? And we got off the freeway, and as we were driving, they were like, get back on the freeway. They were like, get back on the freeway, let's go. Because there were like people approaching our car. There's like people knocking on the window asking for money. Like, it was rough, y'all. Like, because everybody wants to like say, oh, Eminem's full of crap. He actually did grow up in a pretty rough area.
Yeah, I fucking love him. I know, I love him. I have my thoughts on him.
Is he? But he's not old enough for you.
No, but you know what? He did something amazing that I don't think a lot of people would do, which, you know, I mean, just, you know, raising his daughters, but also adopting, you know, I believe it was his brother's or his sister's daughter, and fully adopting them and taking them in. And, you know, he's just a really awesome guy. He does a lot of good charity work.
He's a softie with a hard exterior. That's how I like to describe him, right?
That's exact. Yes.
He's such a decent dude, but like has such a hard exterior you would never know. That's what it is.
Speaking of softies with hard exteriors, should I read these strip club reviews?
Yeah, let's get into the hard.
Can we get into it? Because I might laugh like a donkey. So.
Yeah, so this is the moment I've been like waiting for myself, even because I haven't like pre-screened them. Because I want to do like a live reaction with y'all. All right, so let me start from the top. Okay, so real quick though, so George? What's the name of the strip club again?
8 Mile Strip Club, and 8 Mile Gentlemen's Club.
Okay, actually, see, I want this segment to be perfect. So you know what? Let me get a glass of water so I can like clear my throat real quick.
Let me clear my throat.
No Diddy though.
Well, no, we don't want to put something in your throat. So. Yeah, we don't want to put something in your throat. We want to clear your throat.
Hold on a second. Let me mute myself while I have his water. Hold on. Okay, all right. Ready? Everyone ready for the reviews?
Yeah, let's do this. Is everybody ready? We're about to get into these.
I'm so ready for this, you guys.
Okay. Yeah, so it's called Players Club. But anyway. Okay, here's the first review. 2 stars. I guess we're starting on 2 stars.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, this is Goldie314 in Detroit. It says 2 stars. The bartender had a pretty funky attitude. I just feel this person can't spell, sorry. It's throwing me off. I just feel if you don't like your job, find another one. I thought it was a Rachel thing, but he was pretty mean to some of the dancers that was there as well. Okay, this is that was another 2-star review from Emil. Emil says the valet is cool, the bouncer is cool, the door girl, bartender, and busser are cool, but I tipped a girl on stage a good amount, and another guy tipped her $1. She went to the guy who gave her $1, not coming back here.
Oh.
$1? What is this, fucking 1950? $1?
What's even more weird is that she gave the guy that tipped her $1 attention.
She ignored the guy that spent the money.
That's like stripper protocol 101.
Maybe she was playing hard to get. I don't know.
I mean, isn't that, I don't want to sound like bad, but don't they say that women typically flock to the worst possible guy? So and there'll be like a really decent guy who wants to take care of her and treat her well, and then she'll go to
like a 90-year-old man.
Yeah, and then she goes to the first tatted
and I would
dude.
Be on that right now.
Yeah, the first tatted dude with 14 cents in his pocket. She's like, hey.
I mean, that does happen though.
It does.
Okay, let's go. Here's a Laura, 2 stars. It says, I love Players Food. Their burger is the absolute best burger, and this is the only place that had the best dessert selection. I came there last night for fried Oreos, and they got rid of them. This place is different because they had a dessert no other place had. There's really no reason to go back versus any other club. Very disappointing. So apparently Laura only went there for the food.
But you know what? At least they didn't have fried oysters on the menu.
Is that like a sexual reference or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't get it?
That's why I said
The snapping gyro is what I'm familiar with. Oh.
I bet you are. So you're not into falafels?
Oh no. Let me plow through these. Okay, Ashley, this is a 3-star review. Ashley says, "Let's be clear. I only come here for the food. Build your own pasta is my favorite, but I'm only giving
That
3
is
stars because I got 3 shrimp in my pasta. All those noodles and 3
what?
shrimp. Please do the math. I asked for extra and I got 4. I know I can get more. Sorry. I know I can get more because my friend ordered chicken instead and got a bunch of chicken. And I just want more shrimp, or prettier girls. And the second one won't happen. So more shrimp.
All right, hold on. Can I pause real fucking quick? The only reason you went to this club is because they have a build your own fucking pasta.
So wait,
like what?
is this like a 5-star restaurant that has a strip club attached?
I don't know.
Like, I have never heard people say that they only went there for the food for a strip club. I'm not gonna lie, some of the best chicken wings I ever had were at a strip club. Not sure if it's because there were tits in my face while I was eating them, but they were really good. But I've never heard so many women, they're like, they literally call their girlfriends and they go to the strip club to eat build your own pasta. This is like a crazy story for me.
That's insane to me. I'm sorry, but it's like I only got 3 shrimps. Like, girl,
And then
there's a bunch of fucking fish on the stage. Go there.
Then she asked for extra and they gave her 1 additional shrimp.
Okay, was that one worthy of reading again or no?
Well, yeah,
I
and also
died.
I'm wondering if these are jumbo shrimp or if they're like the little tiny ones.
All right, Chad, you want to read that one again, or?
Yeah, let's read it one more time.
Okay. This says, let's be clear. I only come here for the food. Build your own pasta is my favorite, but I'm only giving 3 stars because I got 3 shrimp in my pasta. All those noodles and 3 shrimp, please do the math. I asked for extra and I got 4. I know I can get more because my friend ordered chicken instead and got a bunch of chicken. I want more shrimp. More shrimp or prettier girls. And the second one won't happen, so more shrimp.
So it's impossible to get prettier girls.
Yeah, so if you're, you ain't gonna get pretty girls, so you might as well try to get more shrimp.
Huh. I wish I could see a photo of the girl. Hold on, I'm gonna look online. Keep reading. I'm gonna look.
All right, I'll go to the next one. 3 stars. Head. The first word made me laugh. Head for head for cheap. Dangerous bouncers who try to watch you do your thing in VIP, but cheap head. Oh, so you can get cheap head in the VIP apparently.
What's cheap head? What's expensive head?
Oral sex.
Well, no. I know what it.
No, I know what it means, Shabooty.
But I mean, like, how cheap is cheap? Are we talking like $20?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably the dollar tip.
Maybe the expensive part is getting into VIP, and then once you get into VIP, you pay like cheap. The head is cheap.
Oh my god, guys! I have a picture of the girls.
Oh my god, please send it to us.
I'm sending it to the group chat. I also have a picture of the food.
Okay, because I'm hungry for some deep fried pussy.
Oh, but are you texting or to post it on Twitter or both? Well,
I just texted it to the group chat. How do I take a picture? It's on my computer. Give me a sec. Keep reading. I'm going to try to figure this out.
I mean, I could post it. I could take a screenshot and post it if you want, but I don't know. Okay, I'll keep reading.
Yeah, keep reading. We'll get to the girls in a second. I got a picture of the girls.
Okay, here's a 3-star review. Bouncer. I started the first 3 words made me laugh. Okay, bouncer started pepper spraying a bunch of people, and it was a terrible experience.
No, I thought it was quite a nice experience.
But why? Do they just pepper spray like the 14th person through the door each time? Like, was there a reason?
I don't know, but apparently the bouncer started pepper spraying a bunch of people, and it was a terrible experience. So expect that when you go there.
Expect
the food looks amazing.
All right, this is a new review. This is from G Moneybags. It says, "This club is weak. This is the only club I've ever been to where the hoes are begging to dance for you. These dancers are straight from the streets, dirt and all."
Oh. Okay. I mean,
damn you hoes.
These hoes. I did not know that.
Hoes.
I did not know that that's what we were referring to the girls as.
Yeah. Okay. This is this.
I'm not gonna lie. The build your own pasta looks really fucking bomb.
Are
You're
you
gonna get it
looking
for the
at it? I'm
pasta.
looking at it too.
Yeah,
It looks
I'm
really
looking
good.
at it. I
It
want
looks amazing.
mozzarella with steak and meat sauce and a penne.
Yeah, and do you see the one dish on the main page? There's only 4 pieces of meat.
Yes.
I was thinking of that review, and I was like, "Well, there's your 4 shrimp right there."
They have $50 all-you-can-eat crab legs on Monday.
Oh. We got to do, if we're ever big enough, we need to have like a 90 Day Fiance Fridays world tour where we like go to our landmarks.
Yes, I want to do build your own pasta.
The inside of the club looks really nice. Like on God.
It does.
I know.
The girls look okay. They're not like,
This is not a Vegas strip club, guys.
No.
It's not a New York City.
No. But
no.
For 8 Mile Road, this is not bad.
It looks fancy for 8 Mile Road.
It does. It
doesn't it?
Okay, you ready for the next review?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a 1-star review from Slick the Dick. And
I can't wait to hear this one.
Slick the Dick says, "Oh my God, too many crack." Hold on.
What?
That's why I love it. Too many crack hoes up in this house.
What?
Make sure you take some. Oh my God, this is too funny to read. Make sure you take some antibiotics before you enter the Players Club because you're gonna catch a case.
What?
Catch a case.
What?
Yeah.
God.
Let me try to read that
How
again without
many
laughing.
stars was that?
That was 1 star.
Oh, 1 star. Okay.
But I gotta read that again. Oh my God.
So what did he catch?
I don't know. Too many crack hoes up in this house. Make sure you take some antibiotics before you enter the Players because you're gonna catch a case.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. 1 star.
Is he alive?
I don't know. 1 star review. 1 star review from Jazzy J. This club blows. This club blows literally. The chicks is nasty though. They'll blow you for head, I guess, but the chicks are nasty.
Listen, head is head.
Look,
True,
I'm gonna
that's
say,
true.
if it's cheap head,
Mhm.
what do you think you're getting for $20 or $10 head? Like, what do you think you're getting? That's like lot lizard material, right? Like, you go to a truck.
Oh
truck
my
stop.
God, lot lizards.
That's like for $20, you're going to the truck stop. At least this is inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Dave with a 1 star review. It says, Players is so small, so it's almost stuffy in there. The doormen have an attitude problem, but the parking fee isn't bad. The wait staff was good though, but it took forever to get my drink and food. In general, the entertainment is okay because most of them can't dance for shit. The, the girls are okay. Some of them look like complete shit, dirty, and their bodies weren't exactly all that. Ha. I really didn't get. I didn't really get any hot girls. Just like 1 or 2 average. I've been to a dozen of the strip clubs all around the state, and Players hands down sucks. It was a waste of time and money, so I won't be going back there. However, if you like nasty hoes and shitty service, then Players will feel right at home. Ha!
Wow.
That was Dave.
This was like Slim Dick's cousin.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing.
I think my favorite part was he's like, I've been to dozens of strip clubs in the area, and this
he's a strip club connoisseur.
Yes, like he's like an expert in this field. He's like, I've been to dozens.
Excuse me, kind sir. I've been to plenty of strip clubs, and this one is abysmal. It's like he's writing a fucking Dear John letter.
Yes, it's like I imagine him walking in a suit with like a pointy mustache,
a monocle,
right? A monocle, and he's like,
yes.
I am a connoisseur of the naked dancers. This place
has
is
been
blasphemy.
the most abysmal pussy buffet I've ever seen in my life.
All right, here's a Boris. Boris says,
"Oh, Boris, I already know he's an 80-year-old man."
It says,
I already know this.
Boring, slow, lacks talent, truth, and that's it. Our Splendor says, "Quote: Paid to sit and party." Are you saying that as a customer, you actually have something to talk to your girls about? other than weather and how was your day, you have enough in common to be able to talk, to sit and party, and you pay them to sit and party, you could do that for free at any regular bar and probably get more savvy girls to talk to. So
So
this guy didn't like sitting and talking to the chicks, I guess. I don't know.
so wait, is he saying that he didn't want to pay to sit and talk to them, or he just didn't want to talk to them?
No, I think he didn't like
Does
the
he know
small
how
talk.
strip clubs work?
I
The
don't know.
girls already have pimps, right? So like they're
Mhm.
not there to like talk to you. They're
Well,
there
not
to
all the time.
well,
Mhm.
usually. So like they're not there to get to know you. They're there
Mhm.
because they get off at 3 and you're
True.
there, right? Like they're
Well,
not.
yeah.
True. All right,
I mean, it's a business.
here's a review from Triple X Beast, aka XXX Beast.
Oh,
He says,
Uh-oh.
$3 cover and $6 for parking. This is $1 cheaper than the $7 landing strip parking, right?
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
$3 cover and $6 parking for subpar strip club. One, maybe two decent girls, and the rest look like they should have been waitresses at a dive bar. Hold on.
Oh my god.
God
I like
damn!
laughed before the punchline. Hold on. Let me, I fucked it up. The rest look like they. Oh, let me read that again. One, maybe two decent girls. The rest look like they should have been waitresses at a dive bar for handicapped veterans.
What?
I'm not laughing. Okay, charge. I'm not laughing. Charge $7 for a dance soda and $25 for a dance. $25. They should have put a decimal point in between the 2 and the 5 and made it $2.50. This was not a players club. This was a get. This was a get played club. Fuck out of here.
That's probably my
Oh,
favorite.
okay. Oh my god, did he say? Did he fucking say disabled veterans?
Yes.
Yes.
Are
He
they
said,
like? Wait, hold on. Are we talking Korean War? Because I would be down with that.
"Oh, or World War One for you, yeah."
Oh God, please stop it! I already came twice today.
I know. I don't know if that's worthy of the re. I think I need to read that again or something. $3 cover, $6 for parking for subpar strip club. One, maybe two decent girls. The rest look like they should have been waitresses at a dive bar for handicapped veterans. Charge $7 for a damn soda and $25 for a dance. $25. They should have put a decimal point between the 2 and the 5 and made it $2.50. This was not a players club. This was a get played club. Fuck out of here. So yeah, that was very. I'll give him credit. That was pretty good.
That was my favorite
Yeah,
one
it's my
of
favorite one
every
so far.
single one you've talked about. This is
Mhm.
my favorite.
Yeah, that's in the
Holy
museum.
shit!
Put that in the 90-day museum.
Yeah, that one can go in
Yeah,
its
I
own
mean
space. There should
Mhm.
be a
that
stripper
guy should
section
get an
actually.
award.
There should be a stripper section. There's enough strippers in the 90-day
Mhm.
universe, so there's a whole section. We'll just put all the stripper stuff over there.
True. All right. This is a review, and the person's name is Avoid.
Oh.
Was here a couple nights ago. I sat there for 2 hours before I was approached for a dance. I got a dance from Katrina, and she was a horrible dancer. She should have paid me. I will not come to this place again.
So wait,
That Katrina whore.
he thought that they were supposed to approach him.
I don't know, but he
I
said
don't
they couldn't
think that
dance.
that's how it works. You order like a bottle, and then the women will start to approach.
Well, I think it depends on the club. Like if you're when I go to New York City, they always approach you, but they offer you to for you to buy a lap dance.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they do.
Well,
Yeah,
if he sat there for 2 hours and no one approached him, I'm gonna assume that he's either really ugly or looked broke.
yeah, he
Or
probably
he
looked
is
broken.
broke.
Yeah, because the girls are not gonna approach you if it looks like you don't have any money.
Yeah,
Well,
like
exactly.
he probably wasn't even like drinking any alcohol or some shit.
Well, right, he was probably sitting there sipping on a water, so the girls were
Mm.
like, "Yeah, no, not
Mm,
doing that."
true. Okay, here's a one-star review from Pretty Girl. She says, "Players is for haters. Detroit should close this racist club down."
What?
Oh.
It's racist now?
I don't know. Okay, we have a few. Well, one, two, three. We have some more.
Wait, that
James,
was the entire review?
that was that one, but there's more.
Yeah, it was just racist. That was the whole. That was the whole thing. But they
Yeah.
didn't give any reason as to why it's
No,
racist.
Yeah.
they didn't go
Well,
into it. But let's just plow through these. David, once our review. Never before have I been treated so badly. I went upstairs with a girl to get some dances. The bouncer, I believe she said his name was Chris, wanted a tip for walking us to a booth. Never before have I had to tip people to walk us to a booth besides this club that I go to all the time. But today, Chris decided the tip that I shouldn't have had to give him because I'm sure you guys pay him pretty well to protect girls. Who doesn't work for tips? Threw my tip back in the booth on the seat. This is so disrespectful and unnecessary. I'm not sure if I will come back to your established again for entertainment. I think he meant establishment again for entertainment. It may be time for me to find a new place for entertainment if this is how you guys are going to treat your customers. So I guess he was mad. The bouncer walked him to a booth and then the bouncer wanted a tip or some shit.
I mean, I've never heard of that. The
Yeah, I haven't
bouncer.
heard of that either.
Yeah, you're a bouncer. You're not a dancer. No one's tipping you. Usually, people can't stand the bouncer because that's the guy that ruins all the fun. So no
Mm,
one's tipping you, right?
yeah. Okay, let's see. This is another review. 1 star. Was there recently and had no girls on the dance floor for like an hour straight, so I left. I wasted $17 on parking and entry fee. Take your money elsewhere.
Did he go at 6:00 p.m.?
Yeah. What? No one was dancing for an hour. That is
Like
odd.
what?
That is
Maybe he just
odd.
went for the pasta or something.
Huh. I don't know.
Miss Bailey Roberson says, 1 star. It's the discrimination for me. If I'm provided good service, then what does a hairstyle of my server have to do with it? I don't really understand that. The 1 star review from Chelado1. Tip the bartender a lot. Both times I've been in terrible service and I've been a bartender. It isn't because she's busy, it's because she sucks. Let's see. John says 1 star. Why would you go to a strip club any if you're charged for rent? It's now an extra $20. That's why there's customers and no one is getting dances. I don't know. That
I
person can't. That
I
person's
don't under.
English is a little fucked up.
Yeah, I don't understand that at
Yeah,
all.
that was a little fucked up grammar. Okay, well, Jay says 1 star. The girls are still shady as ever. I repeat, they will not come to you unless you're a regular or are in a booth. The waitress will also cater to the regulars before they come to you. I literally sat there wishing I went to other clubs down the road. I never have fun when I come here, shaking my head. Let me see if there's like 2 more left. Ava, 1 star. Watch your bills. They tried charging 200 extra in drinks that I were advertised as $5 on their website. Stay safe out there, y'all. Luckily, parentheses, luckily designated driver had a calculator on the phone. Laugh out loud. So yeah, they may charge you $200 extra on the drinks. I don't know. And the last review from Karina says 1 stars. The girls are disrespectful and answer your boyfriend's phones. And that's it.
That sounds like there's more to that.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's way more to that than what she said because I think her boyfriend was at the strip club and then his phone rang and then the stripper answered and now she's mad at the strip club when she should be mad at her boyfriend. So I think
Mm.
that's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah, but I think what was it? Triple X Beast, I think, had the best review.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. That was like my favorite thing of all time. I'm still
Mm.
yeah.
So I sent you a picture to or a link to the group chat so you can see the girls
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're okay. I mean,
and tell me what you think of the girls. And also, I'm sending you the link to the Instagram
Mm.
of the club and tell me what you think of the girls.
Mm.
Okay.
We're gonna do a
The
live
food looks
review.
amazing.
We're gonna do a live review of the
Okay.
girls because everyone keeps saying that they can't get pretty girls in the club. So I want us to do a live review of the club.
All right. Um
I mean, I assume also the girls on their Instagram are going to be the prettiest girls of the club.
Well, have you seen the Instagram?
I mean, I just pulled it
no,
up.
I haven't.
Oh yeah,
Hold
because
on,
I was
hold on.
like, if that's the case, oh my. But they
Yeah,
do
no, I
have
mean,
they
Okay,
have
hold
four
on. I found it. I found it. I found it. Hold
they
on.
have $4 lamb chops though on Sunday, Mondays,
mm.
I
and
know.
Tuesdays.
Fucking A, I'm starving right now.
How come there's more pictures of food than there are of girls? That's kind of giving me that's very
All
telling.
right.
That's very
Yeah.
telling for me because a strip club.
Okay, what the fuck? I'm just looking at one of the videos and this girl cannot dance for shit.
Mm.
See, now the reviews are starting to make sense, right?
Like she looks like she looks like she just twisted her ankle and just like kept going.
Well, do you see the video? Is it the girl in the bunny ears?
No, it's the one I don't know. No, it's the one the leopard.
Look at the girl in the bunny ears. She's not even dancing. She's just kind of like holding on to the strip pole.
Oh God.
And like,
hold on.
She's not even dancing. Like, her legs aren't moving. She's kind of. At first, I thought she was a wax figure.
Oh yeah, it's a move. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely look like local girls versus big city girls.
Yeah, this is not a Vegas strip club, right? This is not a Vegas strip club.
Yeah, these aren't girls that like flew into the city to dance or something.
No.
But
the all you can eat crab legs for $50.
They can't even twerk. I'm sorry, they can't even twerk.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is Players Detroit.
Do you see this one post where they're out
boxing?
They're out in thongs trying to get people to come to the club. Do you see that?
No, what?
Here, I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
They're like standing on the street in thongs, and they're like trying to get you to turn into the strip club.
Like is that when like high schoolers have like a car wash at a gas station?
That's exactly what it's like. Yes.
To the car wash.
Yes.
Except it's a strip club.
And then this person,
I just saw that. Hold on.
Then this person commented, "What are parents going to say when they pass by, when their young children see that, or whatever?" So people are not happy about these naked girls twerking on the street.
I mean, they're not naked.
Well, no, they're just wearing thongs, twerking in traffic.
Oh my God, they look like they're all on drugs.
I think my favorite comment on this is "Stay classy, 8 Mile."
My favorite is from Temperance 80, where he goes, "Get it, girls."
This is amazing. Hold
on. Ed and Eddie says, "I wish I had a car." Hold on. Damn, big booty car wash.
Nah,
gross, nasty. Don't look no better than the shit walking up and down 8 Mile looking for them crack rocks.
Oh.
Can they shower me instead?
Wow.
That's Ed and Eddie. Damn, Ed, dude, just go there.
Yeah, the same guy who said he wished he had a car, he also said...
What? And the actual fuck, I guess this is a day shift.
Not the Wednesday morning.
Baconators, where are the Stallions? Oh. And then Buzzy 1990 says, "See y'all Saturday."
Oh, he's sold. He's sold. This person says, "Love it." Very classy.
So are you more excited to go here or the landing strip?
I don't know, because the food here looks really good.
It does.
And I feel like that's
I gotta read some comments.
But do you feel like that's their main focus? Because I feel like it's less about the girls and more about
I feel like it's a place where it's like the chicks are so whack that you're like, fucking the chicks
end up
eating. The food is really good.
Yeah, you're like, should I spend $50 on this girl, or should I get lamb chops or lobster?
Yeah.
And I think that's why they end up. Yeah. Well, look, I got their daily special. So Monday is all you can eat crab legs for $50, $4 lamb chops, or $10 filet mignon with 2 sides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Tuesday is $2 street tacos, beef or chicken, $18 12-ounce steak with 2 sides, $4 lamb chops, minimum of 5 on Tuesdays. Wednesday is build your own pasta. So that's when the ugly girls are, I'm assuming. And then Thursday...
Also, they're now hiring.
Thursday's $50 for twin lobster tails with 2 sides. Friday is $18 build your own pasta. Saturday is $18 steak and 2 sides. Sundays is steak for $10 or lamb chops for $4. So yeah, I think this place is a restaurant where they actually have girls on a strip pole, coincidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a restaurant, and then somebody thought it would be funny to put a strip pole there, and now there's also people dancing. Well, kind of dancing, kind of not.
True. All right, should we move on though?
Yeah, I think that we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from Gino's bachelor party strip club.
I'm sorry. Right. Yes, we should.
Let's see. I guess the next topic is about Jasmine, and the one I did about her income sources.
Oh, so apparently what we discussed on the podcast about her income has been affecting her ability to grift because she decided.
Guys, sorry to interrupt, but you know who just followed me on Instagram?
Who?
Kyle Gordy.
Oh God.
Oh, are you pregnant?
No, but I'm not even following him.
Don't get pregnant.
Too late.
That's all that he does. So like, don't get pregnant. How weird.
Kyle, why are you following me? Go on.
All right. So yeah, okay. Jasmine and her. Sorry, go ahead, George.
Yeah, so Jasmine's income, we kind of broke the story. I don't want to say broke the story; it was out there, but we told everybody how much she was making, and we actually had an OnlyFans person who's a professional and an expert to give us a good explanation of how much money that she was probably making, and we came up with these numbers. Jasmine, in turn, posts something and says, "I don't make that much money. I'm not rich. This is ridiculous," and then in turn deleted the chat that she had. You know how on Instagram you can have like a channel and you can like chat with people. And I think that she had to delete it because people were coming at her about her income sources. And I think her trying to play down how much money she makes is like ridiculous because we know that she's a grifter and we know that she's making a ton of money. She was number 8 in the freaking world on Cameo. And I mean, that's out of every celebrity basically ever. Like if you think of any celebrity, then they're on Cameo. And I mean sports players, movie stars, singers, actor, it doesn't matter. She was number 8 in the world. So for her to go like, guys, I don't even
This is
have
crazy.
I know, to be like, I'm not rich, I don't have that much money. What the hell? Yes, you do. Why would you even put it out there that you're broke and you still want people to give you money? And I think that's why people went after her, and she ended up deleting that channel because she couldn't take all of the comments of people coming at her for being a grifter.
Like, I don't know if she deleted the channel, but she deleted the post.
Well, she deleted the post, and then she said something underneath the post in the channel that said, guys, I'm going to have to delete this. So I don't, like you said, it could have been the post above it, or it could have been the channel. I can't tell because she got me blocked, but either one, she had to delete something because she didn't like the hate that she was getting. But I mean, the truth is the truth. If you are making a lot of money, but you're begging people to buy things for you, you know, you should feel bad. There are people who need help, and then there's people who grift. You know, there's two different types of people, and you're on the negative side of that.
Yeah, just to quickly like go over my post I did on Instagram. I guess I could post it in the chat if you like, but um it was the Jasmine income sources, and it wasn't even comprehensive of everything because I forgot a couple things. But so there's a cameo where she's in like it bounces around whether she's in the top 8 or top 10, but now I
Yeah,
think she's like top 50. But still, that's amazing. Cameo, OnlyFans, her TLC paychecks when she goes live on TikTok. That's money. Her Fashion Nova and anything else she plugs.
Yeah.
And then also, I didn't even mention in the post about her like her protein powder stuff, and then also like what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Oh, here's a question for y'all. When she posted the pregnancy photos and she tagged the photographer, I assume she probably like did a promo deal where she's like, "I'm gonna promote your business and then just let me get my photos for free."
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely is what she did. Yes. When celebrities work with a photographer, period, the
Mhm.
photographer isn't getting paid. It's for the publicity of photographing that celebrity in hopes of getting regular clients to pay you out of pocket. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what she did. I actually know, I can count hundreds of 90 Day cast members that I know have done this exact same thing.
Mhm.
They actually, the photographers reach out to them and say, hey, can I photograph you? And then, you know, I use you as promotion or as part of my portfolio.
Mhm.
That's literally how this game works.
Yeah, and then in Jasmine's post, there was a part where it said like, then I have to take 37% of taxes plus an extra 15% of state taxes, which it seems a little silly considering she lives in Florida and then there isn't like state tax.
Yeah, we don't have state tax here in Florida. So, and 37% that she says that they take out, I would need to see um an itemized of that because I know lots and lots of people that are on Cameo and those numbers don't align with what they
Mhm.
take out. So I just think she's full of crap. I think that's why she had to delete that post because there was enough people to say this is BS. They're not taking
Mhm.
65% of what you're getting. That's just not true.
There's no fucking way. I mean, at very most, like let's say like at very most, maybe, even if she's earning 30% of what they're paying or what she's making, but I know for a fact it's not 68% they're taking.
No.
Yeah, I think
There's
today
there's no way in hell.
I think today she just posted her photo of her new Peloton bike.
Oh.
So yeah, she can afford a Peloton bike, which is fancy, right?
Those are
Yeah, I
very
have one.
fancy. They're very
I
expensive.
love my Peloton. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're about a couple grand.
Oh damn, I
Not
didn't realize that much.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
expensive.
I
Not
think I
to
paid. The new one. I just got the new one. I think I paid like 2,800 for it.
I don't
Damn.
want to say too much, but I do know that those bikes are being sent out to certain 90-day cast members right now
Oh,
as
Oh
part of
really?
a
lucky
promo
bitches.
thing.
For
Yeah.
Peloton?
Yeah. So I'm not going to
Oh.
say too much on that. You guys can go on Instagram and figure out what I'm talking about. But
Oh, so you're saying she got that for free, allegedly?
yes, because I know several other people that have the exact same bike and just got it recently. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it just at that.
Yeah.
Go on Instagram. You'll see the promotion posts for the bike. So not
Yeah,
only is she
maybe we shouldn't
grifting,
even name the company since we ain't getting paid.
yeah, unless they're going to send me a bike, then no, you're not getting anything from me. But
Yeah.
let's just show the level of grifting that she's at. She doesn't have to pay for anything. She is asking for you to buy all of her baby stuff, and she's making all this money and pocketing it. So y'all make the decision on what y'all want to think. But all the stuff that she's doing, somebody else is paying for. She's not even spending the money that she has.
What did you think of her photo with the fake baby?
Well, I feel like she's becoming a professional troll at this point. Like
She's kind of like the Josh Cedar of 90 Day.
yeah, I do. I feel that way. I feel like she's become a professional troll. She's posting BS crap to try to be. I don't know if she's trying to be snarky or just annoying. I don't know what her end game is, but I feel like she's just living for trolling everybody now. And it's like you could tell that that was a doll because the fingers were stuck together. Like you know how the dolls.
The toes were all crazy looking, and then
Yeah.
the head was being lifted up on its own.
Well, technically, the toes could be messed up if it was a real baby because we've seen her
Yeah.
toes.
No, but
But
also the head, like the baby had his head lifted up on its own, like
well,
was,
yeah.
you know what I
And
mean?
if Jasmine gave birth, 90 Day Fiance's official and TLC's official Instagrams would have posted. Whenever
Yeah.
somebody has a baby in the
Mhm.
franchise, they announce the baby. So
Yeah.
we all know that Jasmine hasn't had the baby. And I will just say this: if it's not June and she has a baby, question it. I'm not saying I know when she's due, but I'm just gonna say if it's not June and she has a baby, you should question that.
Yeah. But yeah, I know in our group chat, I wrote like a bullet points, like 7 bullet points on like why this is not a real baby photo. And it could have been a post, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give
Well,
Jasmine how I.
also, shouldn't have
Mhm.
if that was a recent baby photo, shouldn't she have been in a hospital bed?
Mhm.
Like if you were pregnant 2 days ago and then there's a picture of you holding a baby in your living room, is that really how pregnancy, delivery, and labor take place?
You know, and
Like
then also because isn't it supposed to? Aren't you supposed to have like skin on skin and stuff?
well, yeah, she was dressed. She wasn't in a hospital gown. You know, I've seen baby pictures where the lady just gave birth, and she's usually in a hospital bed. She usually has a hospital
She's not
gown
dolled
on.
up with like tons of makeup.
Well, yeah, she looks like someone tried to kill her because delivery and labor takes a lot out of you, if not everything out of you. She definitely doesn't look like she just did her makeup or just made herself up. They look like death because women, y'all don't realize women are literally damn near giving their lives to push these babies out. So when I see these pictures, I can tell like, damn, she looks horrible, but she looks happy though because she got her baby. So yeah. She's trolling us, and I think she's taken a liking to trolling us. Like you said, she's like the Joss Cedar of the universe now. Like she likes to just play games. I think that's her MO now, which is fine, if that's what she wants to do, but she can't put anything past certain people. We're not gonna fall for her crap.
True. All right. Since we're in the 1 a.m. hour, do you want to let Jenny tell her one of her penis stories?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed it last week, so I feel like
you missed Jenny's stories.
I feel so left out. I was stranded in Texas, guys, and I didn't get to hear. Well, actually, I was in the air at that time. I was somewhere over probably Louisiana. I don't know where I was, but I missed it. So yeah, I want to hear. No, I grew up there, so yeah, I know it's bad.
You got to go back and listen to the recording of Jenny's segment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen. I listened to like the first half hour of it, but then once we hit the air, my internet was too shoddy, so I couldn't hear everything.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jenny.
Hey, beautiful people.
Hey.
Hello.
This is the first time you're getting to talk to George.
Hey, George.
Hey, how you doing?
I was listening to your podcast earlier.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
The audio quality, though, George.
Is it bad?
It's the mics that are cutting each other off constantly.
Yeah, it's an issue that we run into with Instagram, and we're working on getting a new software that we're going to be using, but I'm in the process of that right now. So I apologize, but yeah, you're right. Whenever one person is speaking, the other person cuts out, and it's this huge issue that we're running into.
Yeah, but the show was great.
Thank you.
Really funny.
So Jenny, what was the story with like some dude with like huge balls and
oh my god! Oh, the giant softballs. Okay, so
what?
This was during my quarter life crisis, moving to London, England phase.
Okay.
And I just packed up 2 bags of clothes, got a working holiday visa for 2 years, and just left. And then so on my 3rd day there in London, I thought it'd be a great opportunity for me to get to know the city, get to know my way around, meet some people if I sign up for like Match.com.
Okay.
So I did. And then I matched with this guy on the 3rd day, and he's telling me to come meet him at this bar. So I don't know where nothing is. So I'm looking it up. I'm like, Chelsea. Okay, I'm going to get there by the tube. I get to the bar, and it's some speakeasy secret code, whatever bullshit, Like you knock 3 times and blink twice.
Those are real
those like,
places. I've seen them on movies.
oh, yeah. Toronto has a bajillion of them. And you have to have like a secret password, and it's all whatever, trendy stuff. So we get in there, and this guy is hot.
Okay, like give like a example of someone that he looks like.
Ooh.
Like a famous person.
Oh, I can't put like a face to it, but he's like 6'3".
He's a British dude or something?
British dude, 6'3", dark curly hair, green eyes, and this like stubble beard and like a dimple.
Oh, he sounds made up.
No, he's so beautiful.
He sounds made up. Like, when you're at a store and there's a book, it's like a woman's smut book, and there's like a made up looking man on the cover. He sounds like one of those people.
And like, I had no idea what he was saying to me. Like,
so wait, did he not? You didn't speak his languages, or he had a bad accent, or what?
No, he just had a very like London British accent, and I was day 3. So I was not absorbing it at all. So I'm mostly hearing like wop 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 wop. But he's so cute, and I can't really hear him very well in this bar. And so at this point, he had ordered champagne and strawberries with chocolate at the bar. So we're getting drunk.
Okay.
And I, again, can't really hear him because it's so loud. So, when I moved to London, I was in this phase of like, I want to go there where no one knows me, and I want to do all the shit that I can't do in Toronto.
Okay.
So this was part of those things. So this night, I'm looking at this guy. He's talking nonsense. I can't hear him. He's shaking his hands, telling some story, and he's so cute. So I just move my pointer finger directly onto his lips, like press it right on his lips. And he looks at me, and I was like, shh, you want to get out of here?
Oh, smooth. Very smooth, Jenny.
That is not a line I have ever said before in my entire life. Ever. But this seems really appropriate.
As a person that talks way too much, people do that to me. Not to take me home, but to just make me shut up. So, yeah.
No, so when I offered, he was like, absolutely. So then we closed the tab and we're walking over to his place. And this is also something I would not do back home in Toronto, is go to a first date's house. Like, as a true crime girly, that is a no-no.
So wait, I have one question before we continue. Was there anyone who knew your whereabouts at this moment?
No.
So you could have disappeared right then and there because you were going to a second
location. I know, girl.
You were going to a second location with a stranger.
Willingly.
Good Lord.
It's okay. I've done it like many times.
He was just so beautiful that, you know what I was thinking on the way there? I was like, if this night ends up being a murder, then at least it's a murder. You know what I mean?
So it was gonna get a
No, I honestly don't.
No, because she's saying it was gonna
get to the point where you're unbutton his pants. Oh,
Shabooty, calm down. I'm not gonna tell you the donkey story.
You have to work your way up. It's foreplay.
I'm being funny. I'm being funny. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so this lovely British guy takes into his house. There's a grand piano in the front. It's a townhouse.
Is he 80?
It's gorgeous. No, he was like 32.
And he has a grand piano in his house?
Yeah, pretty wealthy, I guess.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. So we're like having some drinks, whatever. One thing leads to another. We're sort of like playing around in the bed. And I discovered... So I think I felt the balls first.
Oh. That doesn't
Were they
sound
squishy?
typical.
Were they like lodge balls?
It was like, you know those Filipino mangoes?
No.
I'm Googling.
But I know where you're going with this.
The yellow Filipino mangoes that are like not as giant and hard as the green red ones.
Uh-huh. Yes.
So like imagine like the weight of one of those.
Oh Jesus. I just Googled it. Good Lord.
Should I Google it?
Yes. Jeez.
Okay.
That doesn't seem healthy to be in your balls. I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just like the weight of it. But like the balls are like regular balls, which is really heavy. I was like, wow.
I like saggy balls.
It was like, it didn't look saggy like it's going down to his knees, but it looked full. Like maybe he just hasn't
exploded.
Yeah, released in a while, maybe. I don't know. Hence why I was there. So I'm feeling up his balls, and my hands are feeling up towards the base, and I'm looking for basically a proportionately sized penis.
Uh-huh.
Girl, it was an OB tampon.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, the specific one.
Yeah.
Okay, all the girls in the group.
Oh no, that's why he has a grand
Do I need to
camo.
Google OB tampon?
You can. It is an applicator-less tampon that comes in one size.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Was it regular, super plus, or ultra fit?
I'm guessing it was ultra thin.
But you know what? Like, worse than that, I think because I was really drunk. And so the moment that I saw it, he saw that I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he saw a look on my face. I don't know what kind of look it was. Maybe it was like a, oh, or like a, huh.
Or like, oh.
I don't know. He just sort of shifted the evening into more of like just mouth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then stayed over, and then I left in the morning, went for dim sum with someone else.
Oh.
Interesting.
But that OB tampon,
So y'all didn't have like irregular vaginal intercourse.
I think he sort of realized that when I looked at it that I wasn't gonna invite it in.
Mm-hmm. True.
So we just both were like, nah.
I'm good.
So this is OB. It's like, you know, like even when you go to like another brand, like if you go to like a Super Day tampon from like a Always, that size could be okay. But when you're looking at like a Light Day tampon, I don't know.
Yeah.
Poor guy. So handsome.
But was he at least good at munching the box?
Oh my god, Shabooty, you dirty bastard.
I don't really remember, but I don't think it was the worst.
Okay. As long as he made up for it, the tampon applicator size, you know.
Oh my god, the
So,
OB.
I don't know. This is weird because you described like a 6 foot something person who sounded made up.
Like an Adonis.
Yeah, and then when you described what was going on, that was almost, I don't want to sound mean, but it almost made me happy to know that made up looking men have issues too.
So many.
See,
so many.
And other guys don't think about it because I'm like, oh, some guys just have all the luck. They're tall, they have everything. But it's nice to know that God has a sense of humor. He's like, so God was like, let me make this perfect looking guy and then do this. You know, like, it's nice to know that he has a sense of humor.
Totally. I've definitely seen like NBA players that are like 6'9" that have maybe a proportionate in length of a penis, like it's fucking 18 feet long or whatever, but it's a spaghetti-tini.
It's like getting your oil changed or oil checked. I mean,
yeah, it's just like a noodle waving in the wind.
It's like the dipstick checking the oil. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So height does not mean big dick. Big feet does not mean big dick. Small hands are just creepy.
Yeah, I like I'm a bit, you know how like some men are like butt man and some men are like tits. I am a hand girl.
Ooh.
I look at the hands and if they're like weathered and wrinkly, like I'm sorry, to me that's like the biggest turn on.
What if they're really tiny?
No, I'm not really into tiny hands.
Right? So
but
creepy.
like I like the weathered callous look because it's like, damn, you lived a long life.
Yeah, he's a man.
You must get wet at like Paul Bunyan.
Oh god, I just love a good calloused rough hands. You know what I mean? Like just like some liver spots. I think that's hot.
Oh
I'm
my god,
so
guys.
weird. I'm so fucking weird. I'm sorry.
No, speaking of calloused hands and creepy men, I have one more story. So while I was in London, I was taking like boxing classes. And one day I was waiting outside a bus stop from the boxing class. Like I am sweaty, not cute, waiting to go home. And this guy on a bicycle across the street is going the other way, slows down, stops, looks at me, keeps going, turns around, comes on my side, and comes to talk to me. And he is cute. He's like 6'6", light-skinned black guy, green eyes, you know, lean body, British accent. He's like, what's your name? Where are you going? I want to have your phone number. And normally in Toronto, I would never do this. I'd be like, ew, get away from me. But in London, I was like, sure. Gave him my number, met him at a bar a couple times, got to know each other so I don't feel too weird out about it. And then I went over to his place once. It was like do you guys know what a bed sit is?
No.
A bed sit is almost like a studio apartment.
Okay.
There's no rooms. Yeah. So he had like
a New York City apartment.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So he had one of these, and
is it like one of those places where like the bed comes out of the wall and shit?
No, it wasn't quite that small.
Okay.
Because he used to be like a Ford model, and like he's like a Great Britain jiu-jitsu gold medalist. So he's like super fit. So anyway, so I'm trying to use my flirting techniques when I'm over there because he's a BJJ athlete. So I was like, I want you to teach me some moves. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I laid down on my back and then I told him to put his hands around my wrist. And so I was like, teach me. And I know exactly. I've been doing martial arts since I was 3. Like, I know how to get out of this. But I was like, teach me what to do. And he's like, well, you have to, thrust up with your hip. So we're doing this. I won't go into further more detail, but this goes on, and we're also smoking weed at the same time, and the clothes are coming off, and more jiu-jitsu moves are being taught.
I'm confused at why the jujitsu stuff. Like, if I don't know, maybe I'm just not fun, but like, was that actually necessary? Because it seemed like it was more what y'all were trying to do was not jujitsu.
See, I'm not someone who like. So, for example, I've never had like a one night stand with like a Tinder date. Like, I don't know how that works.
Oh,
So I'm more of a dater. So I'm a little bit shy, right? So we're like smoking weed, we're talking, and I don't know how to get us progress from we're just talking on the couch to like touching each other.
well, usually that would be his job, I think, right?
I just wanted to like have I don't know, create an opportunity. So I was like, teach me something. And that kind of gives him the opportunity to feel good about himself and et cetera, et cetera. Anyway.
So what happened?
So during the wham bam session, the first thing he said, as he's like touching my hair, I had long dark hair at the time, and he whispered in my ear, I love this Korean hair.
What?
And I thought I misheard that. So I was like, okay. And then as we're just like, changing positions, whatever, he like rubs one of my feet and he's like, I love this Korean feet.
Oh.
And now I'm just kind of getting really weirded out. Like,
oh my gosh.
If he says one more thing, and then he does. So we're in like a final position.
What was the third thing?
Yeah, I need to know.
You're Korean wet.
Because we were okay, Mom, don't listen to this. We were in
Now you tell her not to listen? Now?
Sorry, Mom.
It's fine. She just learned emojis. It'll take her a while to get
okay,
here.
Right.
Wait, where was I?
What was the third thing he said that you're Korean body parts?
So I was on all fours, and he was like, yeah, he was like, oh, I just love this Korean ass. I'm just gonna, can I come on your Korean ass? And by this point, I am done. I'm so done. So I'm just like, yeah, go ahead. Like, whatever. And then he like, and then, I was like, cool. kind of call an Uber.
Thanks, come again.
So did you at any point think that he was gonna try to like cook you and eat you?
Yes.
Okay, because that was my first thought. I was like,
what?
I'm gonna have Korean barbecue.
Yeah, like that was my first thought. I was like, oh, he's gonna hibachi you. Like, I already know what's gonna happen.
I mean, like, as a true crime junkie, and also as like someone who's survived a whole bunch of like assaults and stuff like that in the past, and I've been a licensed amateur boxer for the past 12 years. Like, physically, I think I'd be able to at least fight my way out with the person who's trying to kill me. Like, hey, you going down? We're going down together. Let's go.
Like Coco, when a guy's with you, do you like it when he's like, "Can I blow my load over your Vegas ass?"
Oh my god, yeah, I think it's so hot. I love dirty talk. you know what I say? I'd be like, give me that wrinkled old cock.
Oh Lord.
Mom, turn this off.
I'd be like, can we role play like I'm your granddaughter?
Oh no. Oh
my
no.
God. Yeah, sorry parents that are listening to this.
Grandpa, what are you doing?
True. Yeah, so that's a good note for
this is
our
what
listeners.
happens when I drink. See?
Well, if you're with an Asian woman, don't point out all of our Asian features.
Please don't. Please don't. Because this guy was not the first I've heard, not the second, not the third. There has been many over the years. And they're usually white men that are just like really creepily being like, oh, I love your Asian hands. And I'm like, what? What?
it's a really weird fetish for some men, the Asian women thing. And I get, why people like what they like. Everybody has their thing or whatever. But when your kink is like a nationality or whatever, like it's not like you like big boobs. So you're like, oh, I like your big boobs.
Yeah.
It's weird when you're like, I like your nationality.
Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird if you were hanging out with Jenny and then you were like, "Hey, I got some extra like soy sauce packet. No, I got some extra duck sauce packets. Let me put them over your titties." That probably wouldn't go over very well,
I
would it?
feel like that's offensive as well as racist.
Yeah,
Right? It's like
Yeah.
more than one offense, right? Like that's like
Yeah.
several offenses, right?
because Koreans don't even eat duck, so I don't know.
No, but I thought. Oh yeah, that's a Chinese food
Yeah,
thing.
that's a
Duck
Chinese.
Oh
sauce,
my
right?
God,
My bad.
Shabooty.
I'm like,
That's
we're gonna have to
why.
edit that out.
That's why I said racist because I was like, that's a bit racist, actually.
But
That
yeah,
was an example of her shitty dates. That wasn't me talking.
yes. If men could stop objectifying women, especially by their looks, their race, their perceived whateverness they think of me, because all I want is to get paid. So you want to work out something, hit me up. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. When it comes to
Wait,
men.
does that mean I'm ageist?
Yes, you are ageist.
Oh.
You discriminate against people that aren't of a certain age. Yes. But
That
if it
means
makes you
fucking
feel any
true.
better, there's no law against ageism.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're not
great.
breaking any law. So if that makes you feel any
Perfect.
better, you're not doing anything that you can get.
And I don't sexually abuse the elderly. I just want to put that out there.
True. Oh, and Jenny, am I allowed to say what one of your tattoos are?
Oh, which one?
You don't care if I talk about it, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, the big one. Yeah, Jenny is also not she's literally the girl with the dragon tattoo.
I
Wait,
do
really?
have a dragon.
Oh.
You have the dragon tattoo? Seriously?
I have a dragon tattoo that is so incredibly #Asian of me. And I was definitely going through a #Asian phase. I don't know if any of y'all were around during AsianAvenue.com, BlackPlanet.com, DesiPlanet.com.
I don't know what any of.
No.
Yeah, I remember.
No.
I wasn't on it, but my best friend loved Black Planet.
I don't know
Okay,
what this.
so
What are we talking about?
this was just like an era when
Like MySpace?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
before MySpace,
Okay.
before MySpace, before High Five, before everything.
Oh, okay. As
We
I don't
were on it there.
It was like Hot or Not, but it was like
I remember
specific
that.
to like I don't know if it's like Hot or Not, but it was like I just know like Black Planet that was to meet like African American people, whatever. But so there was all different kind of sites, I guess, like that.
I
Yeah,
was
I
on, I
remember
was
that.
on Black Planet looking for a black boyfriend though.
True.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
was
but
on
were
I was
these
on
like
the
dating apps before dating apps?
it was like websites though. It was
Like a
before
website,
apps.
but you were looking for a date.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could be. It was
Oh,
like a MySpace. You can be dating for, you could be, be friends or whatever. But
oh, okay, okay.
I met my very, very first fiance on AsianAvenue.com, and we're together for 5 years.
Oh,
Oh.
I know, weird, right? And then he cheated on me for the entire time. So fuck that guy.
oh.
Oh.
I know.
Well, that's a little different
True.
from the way you told it at first, but okay.
That's how all my stories go, guys.
Yeah.
No, you have good stories. So if you think up other funny ones, let me know in advance. But boy, anyway, it's like 1:30. Do you want to talk to Lana for like a few minutes before we end it?
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk to Lana because I think we still have to read comments, right?
Oh, I forgot about the comments.
Yeah,
We have
we still
120
have to
comments.
read comments before.
I feel like we have a lot of comments.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I want to do like 20 minutes of comments, but should I just go through a few of them or something? Or
yeah.
do you want to talk to Lana first, or you want me to read comments first?
I don't know. Wait, someone asked who is Cal Gordy. Yeah, we got to get into that. Maybe
God, shit.
add Lana in while you're reading, and then we can like multitask.
Okay, yeah, we should do. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll add Lana, and then I'll read comments, and then Lana can respond to comments with us, and then we could end it after
Yeah,
that.
we'll multitask.
Yeah, Lana could be like our guest person while we're reading comments. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go through the comments real quick. Let's see. Hey Lana. Hey Lana.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, just sitting here laughing at everybody.
True.
we've
Did you like the strip club reviews?
I did. It was so funny. But you guys will not believe what happened. Right in the middle of you reading those, I heard the biggest boom I've ever heard in my freaking life. Scared the holy shit out of me. So I jumped up. I missed like probably a good 10 minutes of the podcast because I jumped up. I'm looking around to see if I see smoke or something going on. Then I go on my Ring camera and all my neighbors are like, oh my God, did you guys hear that? Oh my God. You know, everybody heard it. And then one person on there says he literally seen a red streak in the sky drop. And that's when that boom happened.
So
wait.
what do you think it is? A meteorite?
I have no idea.
That's
But it was the weirdest thing. I swear it had my whole body shaking. You know how you get so scared for a minute that your whole body is shaking? That's how
Yeah.
I felt when I heard it because it was that loud.
I wonder
That's
what
so
that
random, but
was.
that's so Lana too.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. I was like, yeah, now look at you. You come down and you're banging and waking everybody up. And I'm sitting here trying to listen to my podcast.
Well, you're gonna have to go listen to the playback for those 20 minutes.
Exactly. Because I mean, it was just getting good. And then boom. I mean, I almost dropped my phone. It was so loud. It scared the holy shit out of me.
True. Well, if you find out what it was, let us know in our next show.
I will for sure. I
True.
definitely will. But it was great hearing Jenny's stories. That was funny as hell.
True. Yeah, Jenny's great. All right, let me just read through these comments. There's 120, so I don't know how many of them read, but I'll try to buzz through some of these comments. Let's look at Jenny says Coco and I should do a special episode, us girls talking shit about horrible first dates.
Yes.
Oh, that would be good actually.
I have so many.
True. Gina says to Jenny, I remember all those sites. Oh, I remember this ICQ, and then there's like
Oh, I
Asian
remember that.
Avenue and Black Planet. But ICQ was kind of like AOL Instant Messenger before AOL Instant Messenger. Mina says, I used to be on FetLife, a lot of adult theme. I'm sure
I still
Coco
am
knows
on
about
that.
FetLife. Oh, there you go.
I don't know what any of this stuff is. I
This
feel
FetLife is like fetish life.
I feel
Yeah,
so
it's like
left out of
BDSM.
I'm so left
Mm,
out of this conversation. Like, also, this might have been when y'all know I was raised in a religious cult too, so I couldn't do anything fun. So I wonder if this is like that part of my life. Because I was like, why don't I know any of this stuff?
True. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna skip the comments that are kind of like random and not specific. I'm just gonna skip them because they're not specific to a topic. Anyway, let's see. Lana says, "Poor guy." I think that's in reference to Jenny's dude. Um, let's see. Someone told Jasmine she was funny. Someone lied to her upside down ass.
I love that.
Saffron T says, Shabooty, you created this Jasmine monster.
I don't know if you have to
I didn't
full,
create it. I'm
yeah.
slaying the
I
monster.
don't know if you have to take full credit for that. Like, I don't think you're the only sole creator of that monster. I think there's other entities that brought us to that.
True. Let's see. Oh, Sherry says, Lana, keep us posted about the loud boom. Um, Again, I'm going to skip some of the comments that are just like random or short. Oh yeah, Kyle Gordy is the Sperminator guy, but you should know that. Um, let's see. Sherry says the food sounds really good. I think that's about the 8 Mile Club.
I know, right? The food and it looked good, guys. We were looking at the website. It actually looked good too. And when you go to a strip club, you're either going to get salmonella or food poisoning, and I didn't feel like either way, like for that. So it did look good.
Gina says $2 Taco Tuesday. Let's see. Yeah, and shout out to Sherry because she's one of our Patreon supporters. So I got to add your name to the description. Oh yeah, real quick plug. to our, if you're like a hardcore super fan of 90 Day Fiance Fridays, there's a lot of other podcasts that charge you like tons of money to listen to it, and we're giving it to you for free. So if you want to support us, join our Patreon. It's like $5 a month, and then we'll try to provide you like exclusive content, and you'll have access to like our insider private chat and a bunch of other access. So please support us in that manner.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Please.
For sure, yeah.
Please.
Let's see. Everyone loved that strip club review about the shrimp, the extra shrimp or something.
Well, yeah, she was like 3 pieces of shrimp and all these noodles. You better do the math.
I'm getting I didn't realize like doing strip club reviews would make me hungry. I'm gonna have to eat something after we end the show.
Well, that was the only strip club that ever made me hungry.
I know,
Clubs
like,
make you lots of things, but usually not hungry.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be horny, but we're all hungry.
Right.
Anyway. Oh yeah, Sherry says, "Oh no, handicap. What? You guys laughing is making me laugh."
We laughed because we didn't expect it.
I did not
Yeah.
expect
Yeah.
it at all. I'm sorry, but when you talk about like they look like they work for like handicapped veterans, I died.
Yeah, I lost it. I immediately lost it, but only because I had no expectation that that was what they were going to say.
Mm-hmm. I could feature. Well, Gossip Girl posted one of the photos of the food and the women, so I could feature that in the chat real quick for our live listeners before we end it. So I featured that tweet. Sherry says, "I can't believe these reviews. Haha, this is so freaking hilarious." Gossip Girl says Eminem grew up in the trailer park on 8 Mile. Rough. Let's see. Gina said, "Oh, I think we okay. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, so yeah, maybe next week. There's a bunch of like different reviews where we have lined up, but we'll have to look into the Hong Kong. What is it called? Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. We'll see if we could find any reviews for a future show.
It's a brothel, though. It's probably
Mm.
not going to be easy to find info on because those are kind of secret.
Yeah, because they're not going to do a review on the donkey sex,
right? Because the FBI will be all over that, so it's going to be hard to find. It's going to be underground.
Yeah, but if you have a good donkey sex story, let us know. But keep the photos to yourself.
Yeah, please don't do that. It's no, it's not.
Let's see. Sherry says that's so cool to be recommended by Spotify. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
True. Yeah, Gossip Girl says it's worth every penny for Patreon. Thank you again, Gossip Girl. Oh, by the way, I did just get word, I think, from Gina that she did find reviews of the Hong Kong place.
Oh, well, we'll definitely be going through the reviews. I didn't realize how good the 8 Mile Players Club was going to be, so we're definitely going to be reviewing those.
True. Let's see. Oh, and as far as the 90 Day Fiance Museum, the different Jenny says, I know it's gross, but Laura Jabali's purple friend. But wait, isn't it Danielle Jabali?
Yeah, it's Danielle. But
yeah, it's not Jabali. Isn't Laura, right?
No, Laura. Wait,
Laura. Who's the one that was with Aladdin?
That's Laura.
Yeah, but it's not Jabali, right?
I don't think so. That's Danielle's last name.
That's Danielle.
Yeah. I think they mix it up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll read it again without the last name. I know it's gross, but Laura's purple friend to be in the museum.
Oh,
if you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Y'all
You talk about the vibrator.
it was the thing that she brought because she said Aladdin didn't please her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And actually, we forgot one. Remember the device Angela was wearing that Michael could control it from Nigeria and it was in her coochie?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That one would also be.
Was that like a vibrating egg or something?
Yeah, and it could be controlled by Michael through an app.
Oh, and then
it's called the Lush.
And then you would have an iPad on a stand next to it in the exhibit.
Yeah, because that's how he did the whole Last Resort on a stand and an iPad.
Let's see. I'm just going through the comments. Oh, Sherry says yes, we need a theme song. Don't worry, I'm gonna work with that person that had that Gino Jasmine song we're gonna get like a 90 Day Fiance Fridays theme song.
Nice.
Let's see. Sherry again says, haha, great song. Oh, Gossip Girl says, are we finally at Tell All Week? I think that's in reference to Last Resort, right? So no, I think we still,
No,
how many episodes, George? Like 3 more at least or something? 3 or
it's
4?
15. I think there's 2 more and then the tell all.
Okay. Do you know how many offhand, how many parts the Tell All will be?
I heard 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard.
I hope they don't, that scene with the Rob, the Knob, and Jasmine, I hope that's not saved for the last episode.
I don't know how they would do it that way because I was told that he
That was
walked
at the
out.
beginning, right?
Yeah, he walked
Yeah.
when they went to bring them to the stage. He called her a whore to her face. So it would be weird if how they would make that happen later. I'm not exactly sure, but they can work wonders with editing. So, but I was told it literally started within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be on the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh, someone says, I love the Last Resort song. When will it be on Spotify? I don't know. We could do it as a special episode of 98 Fiance Fridays. It's just a song, but no, I don't want to do that. But it is a good song. We'll do more songs. Sherry says the sound effects are killing me. Sherry says Coco, haha. Mark definitely looks older. And then Gossip Girl says Mark the pilot already looks stupid with Mina, the tired stripper. Sherry says, yeah, Josh is full of tea. Another commenter says Josh has a type, aka blonde chicks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mhm. And then yeah, Josh has 2 baby mamas. We learned. Let's see. I'm skipping some of these comments. Haha. Oh no, do I look like Doctor Now? I don't know. Oh shit. Oh, Sherry's talking about the doll. I think I don't know. The Doctor Now doll.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to buy that, but no one ever messaged me back because I wanted to buy it.
Mhm. Let's see. Oh my God, Asuelo and his mom and the sister's name was Tammy.
Yes, Tammy. Thank
Z-
you.
Mhm. It would be, it'd be funny if like if Tammy was on Cameo and then you pay her to like yell at someone you're giving the cameo for.
Yeah, I would buy that actually. I
Yeah.
would pay Tammy to go off
Mhm.
on Jasmine.
Yeah,
Like I would
that would be
totally do
awesome. Yeah,
that, right? I would totally do
yeah,
that.
true. And yeah, if anyone has money, try to get like a Shabooty Jasmine cameo and see if she'll fulfill it or if she'll cancel it. That's my mission to our listeners now that we're getting bigger.
Yeah, that would be fun to make
Yeah,
her.
at least even if it gets canceled, at least it'll be a funny story. Let us know.
Yeah, and tell us if she like responds back and says anything. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she would cancel it. I feel like she would, but I also think that she's so money hungry that
Hmm.
she might do it. Right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like she's like a
But it depends though because the thing is though she knows if she does it, and if I get the video, I'm gonna repost it. So
yeah, and
then the
everyone's
question
gonna
is,
see
does
it.
she want a
Yeah.
video shouting me out or something?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't get in the mind of someone like her. I just don't know. Because
Yeah.
she's become a troll. So I feel like a troll would do it because
Hmm.
trolls just want attention. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know what she would do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Gossip Girl says Devin's mom was horrible. Coco Puff says Betty, the mom that admitted her daughter that was telling her daughter-in-law to go on birth control. I guess I don't know. Betty. I'm assuming you're talking
Oh,
about Brandon's mom.
Brandon's mom. Yeah, she told Julia to go on birth control because she said Brandon wasn't ready to have any kids.
Yeah. Let's see. Sherry says, "Same here, George. The recycling police will come and get us if anything is in the wrong bin." Just kidding, but it's very strict.
Oh, y'all
Um,
don't have. We have the recycling police. Like they don't come to your house, but they mail you a fine in the mail,
mhm,
and it has a picture of what you had in there that was wrong.
true. Let's see. Weed vapes are recyclable and they give you a discount. Jenny says vapes go with electronic recycling. I think technically there's a battery. Yeah, I do know there's like a lithium battery in there, even on the disposables. Let's see. Jenny says, I personally only keep one. I don't know if she minds me reading this, but it's in the comments. I personally only keep one main vape and one backup vape for when I run out. They're not recyclable, made of lots of metal, oils, plastics, etc.
Yeah, no, you can recycle vapes. I actually quit smoking vapes about a year ago, and that shit, they were, first of all, they're so expensive. They're disposable ones. They run between like $25 to like $30 a piece.
And weird question: how long do they last?
It depends how much you smoke.
Oh, so it depends, because that's
I was such a bad smoker. Like I smoked vapes every day for 14 years.
Really? Vapes have been around that long?
Yeah, they've been around since like for a long time. But
I didn't even know.
It was basically my nicotine intake was the equivalent of someone smoking 3 packs a day.
Oh.
So I quit cold turkey, and but yeah, so.
All right. Lana says Muslim men consider their wives as a possession. They cannot look another man in the eye.
Yeah, I'm telling you. If he thought you were coming for his wife, I'm telling you, that's what he was doing. He literally used the emoji of punching you in the face.
Yeah, the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing.
He was coming for you.
Yeah, Laurie says, he said something like, keep my name out of your mouth. I think it was the keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a threat.
But then she says, Laurie says he deleted the comments. Gina says, oh my God, I thought you meant PAWG, like the game. Do you remember those like cylindrical things you slam and shit? George, do you remember?
What? What is it?
Do you remember PAWGs? POGS.
POGS.
It was a huge fad.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it because I don't. I feel
it was like the most insane like fad. Coco, you remember how big of a fad it was, right?
Yeah, I remember them in kindergarten.
Is it like little chips?
This little
Yeah,
like
they were
cardboard
like
circles.
chips, and you would like kind of like with
Yeah.
the other chip, the big chip, you
There
try
was
to
like
get
a
into
metal
a little.
piece. There's a metal slammer,
Yeah.
and you slam it down on the cardboard pieces and
They
drop
were
something
like
over.
insanely popular in kindergarten.
I've never.
I was probably older than kindergarten when it came out, but it was like a crazy fad. Like it was the most.
It was.
It was like when remember like Pokemon. It was like the equivalent, like the fad level. It was like Pokemon Go.
Yes.
It was that level of popularity.
I remember Pokemon Go.
Yeah, you remember that, but the POGs were like the level of popularity was like Pokemon Go.
This is my first time seeing these little chips in my life.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh my god! It was so popular.
Those insane.
Remember when the Jax game was popular, like pickup Jax.
Yeah, but that was never, to me at least, in my world, it was never as popular as POGs in that time frame. But yeah, no, POGs was like a huge thing. Then you'd spend money to buy like the POGs, and then you'd have like this plastic cylinder, and you put all your like cardboard POGs in the plastic cylinder, and you have like a metal slammer, and they have like holographic stickers on top.
Yeah,
it was like a huge thing.
I have no idea.
You missed it.
I have
That was
no idea.
Okay, that was a huge fad. But anyway, yeah. Gina said, oh my god, I thought you meant POG like the game. Laugh out loud. I think I just showed my age. Well, I guess I did too, because I was a huge POG fan for like that summer. Let's see. Let's see. Gina says she doesn't remember seeing Gino's sister at the wedding. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, there is the old Riley comment from 2 hours ago. He says, Riley, the cast member, he says, that's why me and Shabooty are no longer arguing, because he said, I don't roast has-beens. I cried when I got in the car.
Are you serious? He cried?
I think he's being funny.
I mean, like I said, you're not the first person that you want to go and start a huge fight with. Like you build your way up to fighting with you. So I think he learned early on, like, you don't go and punch the biggest guy in the bar, right?
True. Yeah, I guess Riley bounced out at some point.
Did I scare him?
I don't know. Sherry said, I don't remember this, but Sherry says, let's see. Oh, I think it's about, I'm not sure who she's talking about, but Sherry says, I got into it with him too, Shabooty, but I don't know who that's in reference to, because I get into it with a lot of people. The first time I agreed with
Facts.
Shekinah, that was when she went at Jasmine. Shout out for that. Another comment. I can't wait for the last resort tell all. Yeah, that should be good. For the last resort tell all, George, we got to do a post last resort like live podcast.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot
on the Monday. Yeah. Let's see. Sherry says, "Oh my God, that's wild." Gina says it was a Mexican restaurant and they went to in Brighton, Michigan. Damn, Gina's like she's on top of the T. I guess she knows where Gina went earlier. He went to the Mexican restaurant in Brighton, Michigan called El Arable Taco. So Gina already knows where Gina was. Gina knows where Gina was. Yeah.
Jeez.
I
hate to be her ex. She knows everything.
Watch out.
Oh, and I think it's in reference to that same photo. In the Gino photo, it says, "This woman is wearing a cheap wig." I think we're talking about the redheaded woman. Let's see.
Yeah.
Gina says, "I have a resting bitch face, but I also can't hide my facial expressions and my when I roll my eyes." Gina says, "I think I would need to wear some Depends because I would freaking die laughing with all of you." Well, hopefully
Don't try to turn me on all at once.
hopefully one day we do a live show. Who knows? Let's see. Jenny said another Jenny, not Jenny, not the pretty. No, I shouldn't say the other one isn't pretty, but
Wait, what?
I was saying this is not from the pretty Jenny in Toronto. This is the other Jenny, but that I'm not saying the other Jenny isn't pretty because I don't know what the other Jenny looks like. But Jenny says, Jenny says, "quote I have a face for radio too." Laugh out loud. Now does my comment make sense?
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't know where this.
Shabooty.
I didn't know where this was going, so I didn't know if I could get behind.
It sounded like I was insulting someone, but their comment was, "I have a face for radio too." Laugh out loud.
But the two who has a face for radio first?
I don't know, but I just want to make sure that
You said George did.
Me?
You said
who said I
that
didn't
the
say
other
that.
day. You're like, oh, I have a face for radio.
Oh, I said that. I mean, yeah. I got by the Barbizon people when I was younger. Yeah, I got a face for radio.
True, but I just want to make sure we're not talking about Jenny in Toronto having a face for radio.
No.
True. Okay, let's see. Mina says, "I play Pokemon Go on my phone every day. I had no idea what I was doing. We have a great community online on Facebook. I have made some of the best friends, sisters in my life."
Wait, people still play Pokemon Go?
I don't, but some people do.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Diana says, "I don't get how people are stupid and give Jasmine gifts and money."
I don't either.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Riley said, this is like 3 hours ago. He said, "I'm having plastic surgery to look elderly just so I can get me some cocoa."
That's crazy. Oh, I have to say,
you know what? There are men that will do anything for me. So yeah.
I have to say, when I was leaving for Vegas, Riley did ask me to say to Coco that he wanted to see them titties. He did. So I just have to bring that up because he did say it.
Yeah. There's a dude in our Patreon chat who's like I forget what he said, but yeah, he's like a fiend for Coco too.
Oh, really? Who?
I would have to pull up his name. I think his name's like Brian or something. His name's like Brian, I think.
Oh well,
he's
awesome.
I guess
Hi, Brian. Thanks for the love.
I guess we're outing Brian right now. Hopefully, he doesn't have a wife.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't listen with his wife.
Right? Because I was like, this might actually not.
You know what? Brian's a very common name, so
that's true. You're right. That's true.
Yeah. Karen says, "I watched the preview of 90 Day, the early look thing, and it says Aaliyah and Burger King are on."
Yeah, finally, right? I'm really excited for them to be on, actually, because I'm really intrigued by this whole he was with Douglas, now he's with Aaliyah situation. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah,
because you can't be gay one day and not gay the next, right? Like, I don't feel like it works that way.
Right.
And then let me see.
Unless you're bi.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does work that way if you're bi.
And then I guess this will be the final comments. from 3 hours ago, Alicia says, "Sup, everyone. Hope y'all had a great week. Let's get some good tea spilled tonight. Laugh out loud." Well, hopefully we delivered.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's we've definitely done at least 3 hours, right?
Yes.
Well, it's 11 o'clock here, so.
And it's 1:56 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah,
Oh my lord.
I think we brought the tea, right? I think when she says,
I think we did really good.
when they say bring it, I think we should go ahead and say it's already been brought in.
Yeah, bitch.
It's been brought.
And I just because I know there's a lot of people that listen to us on like live on Twitter, and then they'll even listen to it on Twitter before we have a chance to upload it on Spotify and Apple. So I did pin a tweet in the chat for those people where it says support us on Patreon. So that's the way to like support us. So I pinned that into
Thank
the
you.
live chat. So yeah, my mic is like a red battery, so I feel like, and it's almost 2 a.m.
Oh, my mic is still on green. Look at that.
Oh damn.
Yeah, mine is outlasting yours.
Well, I have a fancier mic.
I know yours costed more than mine, so looky there, looky there.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that was a pretty damn good show, though.
I feel like
That
it was.
was.
I feel like it was, and shout out to all of the people who have subscribed to us on Patreon, and shout out to
Thank you so
Spotify
much.
for recommending us. I'm very very happy about that.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. It's kind of awesome where it's like 30-some-year-old dudes that aren't on social media that listen to like, I forget, was it Tom Segura? Something Segura. Is it Tom Segura?
Tom Segura, yes.
Yeah, he's a big, like, apparently he's a 9A fan. So guys that listen to Tom Segura's podcast apparently are being also recommended our podcast. So
that's
I'm
huge.
excited.
And then there's and I have, and it's crazy, like really hot strippers are in my DMs that listen to the podcast, and all these like amazing people. So yeah.
Yeah, Linzee Ryder followed me tonight, so
I
that's
know.
something
See?
cool.
Yeah, we're gonna
16-year-old me is super excited right now.
yeah, we got to get them on. I did tell them to come on the podcast. Oh, and then hopefully in the future, I don't know how the time zone works, but hopefully we can get Chitty on the podcast.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Let's try to work that out. Again, like you said, I don't know what time it is there, but we have to work that out. We had Soldier Boy on, right? And
that's what I actually. Well,
We did.
I was DMing with Chitty, and he called me Mr. Shabooty, which I appreciated.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I told Chitty, I said, "Hey, we've had Usman on the show, but I do understand he holds rock star hours, so I understand if it's different than the regular person." But
yeah, he does. He texts me at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Yeah, he really does.
yeah. True. Well, all right. Well, thank you. I know we did like a longer show, but thank you everyone who listened
Thank you,
live and
guys.
contributed. Jenny, Lana, and all our listeners, other Jenny, and everyone, Sherry and stuff. And thank you for all, and Gina, especially Gina, for helping us produce the segment with the strip club reviews because she pulled them for me, so we didn't have to do it
Thank you,
live.
Gina.
Thank you, Gina.
So you make this all function. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate everyone's support. And I have to say, I look forward to our podcast almost more so than the actual 90 Day Fiance show.
Yeah, I do too sometimes. That's sad, but it's true. I as well.
Yeah, I feel like I'm way more entertaining y'all.
Me too. Hopefully this tell-all for Last Resort changes that, though.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. I feel like that's a good time thing to end it. Anything else you want to say, Georgia Coco?
No. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys, and we'll be back on Friday to talk more and do more reviews. I feel like this is going to be a recurring theme for us, the reviews.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite segment. No other 90 Day podcast better not steal that segment.
Well, eventually everything we do is stolen at some point. So it's coming.
Basically.
But remember where it started. Remember where things started, because it usually started here.
True. All right, yeah, look for this on Apple and Spotify tomorrow and rate it 5 stars if you haven't, and follow us and all that. And thank you for all the support, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Toodaloo. Peace.